Start streaming. I'm gonna hit that announcement on the YouTube page and then we shall get us started. Hello, hello gamers. It is time for potentially one last stream for who knows how long. Let's see if it's actually picking up my microphone. That sounds like an important thing to check. Let me turn down this music a little bit so I can hear myself think, because it is a little bit loud. But hello, Jamie. Is it Jamie? Is this Splat Chat? Splat Cat? UWR. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the welcome tour of the Nintendo Switch 2, which is just a giant theme park. How long do you think this will last? So this stream will probably be about 2.5 hours. I don't know how much we're gonna get through the whole game. Hopefully it's not that much more, but we'll see. Let me check the how long to beat. How long to beat Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Let's see, there should be data on this by now. How long it takes to beat Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Main story is 5.5 hours, so we should be able to finish the main story. Whatever that means. I don't know. I don't know what the main story means, but the longest it's taken people to complete this by doing absolutely everything is 10 hours. So we might get through the whole welcome tour. We might have a little bit left, but we'll find out. Yeah, big run tomorrow. Yeah. Exciting. Okay. We're just gonna jump into the welcome tour because I do have an announcement for later, which is that I might not be able to stream for a while, but we'll see. But let's just jump into the welcome tour for now, and we'll see how things go from there. Yeah, Yotel Alley, I like that one. I kind of wonder if they're gonna do a big run on the new map that they announced. Also Tricolor on the new map that they announced. It's a returning map, but you know what I mean. Okay, so last time, okay, the music in this is very quiet. Should I keep the background music on, gamers? I feel like the welcome tour music is very silent. But last time we explored all of the Joy-Cons. We did Joy-Con 1 and 2. We did the screen. Hello, Dustin. And then afterwards, we couldn't play any of the screen games because my TV doesn't support 4K or whatever. They were like, "Ah, you suck. You broke boy. You cannot even play this $10 game." Welcome to your music is fine, ammo. Okay, cool. We'll just keep it with the welcome tour there. So we finished exploring, all the exteriors. And I was like, oh, what's next? What am I missing? So I was missing the amiibo scanner, which is not listed anywhere. It's just like a hidden thing that popped up. And I was like, oh, by the way, this is where you scan your amiibos. Hello, Hyper Bro. Hope you're doing good this Friday. And then the game was like, actually, the next part of the game takes part inside of the Joy-Cons, and that's where we're going next. We're going into the Joy-Cons. I'm actually going to turn off the announcement because I'm not talking about the announcement for now. But yeah, now we're inside of the Joy-Con. This is what the insides look like. They were like, please don't actually break open your Joy-Con. It looks like the checklist this time around is much smaller. But who's this guy talking about? Wow, what is this place? This is the inside of a Joy-Con. Heat it from the inside out, right? This is the Joy-Con 2 chip. I mean, they spent a lot of time talking about the little thing that makes the noise, which is like down here, the little vibrate thing, but they don't have a little stamp for it. Kind of sad. This is, I suppose, the motherboard. I don't know the proper name for these technologies. You remember to put the chat in live instead of... Yeah, I did. I thought I'd do the thing once to make you proud, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream for the next 2 months. So we'll find out. We'll find out how that goes. All right, we picked up a random hat. Is there just gonna be one for the buttons? There's just gonna be one for every button. Okay. Oh, this goes deeper. This is like a multi-tiered area. I mean, I'll grab all the keys because we need all the stamps so we can go to the next place. But I don't understand the point of this. Let's see. We have a quiz and a mini game. Let's do the mini game first. Let's do the demo. Oh, you got 4 medals. I guess that means it's open now. Let's see what this demo is. This isn't the mini game or anything, but you know, it's like about super resolution. I don't know if you heard of that. That's what this attraction's about anyways. Want to try it out? It's a type of technology that makes fuzzy, unclear pictures sharp and focused, I think. And the detailed parts aren't drawn in it. I guess it makes them look all pretty and stuff. What else? Oh yeah, you get to see what the same picture looks like before and after. Is this gonna make me go out of dock again? Let's see. Oh, actually, let me play this demo. Experience image beautification. Okay, requires mouse controls. Okay. Alright, no mouse control. We'll beautify some images. So there's original resolution, which is 360p. And then there's super resolution, which is 1080p. And then there's a UFO for some reason. Compare side by side, stop the model's rotation. Okay, well, I'm guessing it's a button I need to push, right? So we've stopped the model's rotation. We can compare side by side. So I'm guessing the thing on the left is what it actually looks like when they code it in, and the thing on the right is basically AI upscaling. See the UFO in fine detail. Ah, we missed the UFO. We definitely missed the UFO. We'll just wait for the UFO to show up again, right? UFO. Oh, full HD UFO. Okay, well that was a mini game, I guess. They didn't really explain what this beautification thing is. I like how the way to end it is you have to push the button on the other Joy-Con that you're not using for the mouse controls. Okay, so we got super resolution, then let's take a little quiz, learn something useful. It takes simple images and turns them into something pretty. Thanks, I guess? I don't... You like to learn about the inner workings of Joy-Con 2 controllers, that is what we're here for. This includes the computers inside the controllers, what the sensors do, and more. Does this interest you? I am interested. Got it, here are the Joy-Con 2 computer insights. Very few insights for the insides. The stream just saved me $10. Wonderful. You don't have to buy this game now. The Nintendo Switch 2 system's controllers are called Joy-Con 2. But they're more than just controllers. Each Joy-Con controller contains its own computer that's capable of many functions. For example, it has memory for storing data. Why does my Joy-Con have memory? Will it remember everything I say? No Joy-Cons. Can it do my homework? I don't know. That is a good question. It compiles data on certain Joy-Con 2 features. This includes data on the buttons, control sticks, mouse sensors, amiibo, and more. It can send this data to the Nintendo Switch 2 via Bluetooth. So there's teeth inside of my Joy-Cons. There's blue teeth in there. It remembers what I did. Oh no. And receive rumble data from the system. And this is what allows the HD Rumble 2 feature to feel as great as it does. So you can see the Joy-Con 2 is as much as a computer as it is a controller. Okay, I did not know there was a computer in there. Accelerometer. Each Joy-Con 2 controller has a built-in accelerometer. It's used to detect which way and how far you've moved the controller. To get a little more technical, it determines the direction and strength of the force acting upon it. Gravity is another type of force which pulls all things to the planet downwards. The accelerometer uses gravity to tell which way is down. Combined with the gyroscope, which knows which way you turned it and by how much, it can work out a lot. For instance, in games where you need to shake the Joy-Con 2 around, it can tell how you've moved it. Nice. So this has a computer and it uses gravity. This is becoming a... This is the future of the AI overlords. Is it Joy-Cons? Oh no, it keeps track of when you swear so Nintendo knows if you can use voice chat or not. I don't think it has a microphone in it, but it could. Bum, bum, bum. The gyroscope inside of the Joy-Con knows which way and by how much you've turned the controller, so it measures rotation as well. However, it doesn't know which direction the controller is facing at the start. Before the game starts, the gyroscope takes a note of its own orientation for reference. And with the accelerometer knowing which way is down, it can figure out how the Joy-Con 2 was turned, which way it's facing now. Okay. I don't understand the computer part. The other two were like, here's like physically how it knows where it's pointing. And then the first part is like, yeah, by the way, there's a supercomputer in here. It's mining Bitcoin as we speak. It's not mining Bitcoin. Everyone who read it gets to take a little quiz afterwards. Alright, let's take the quiz. I like the quizzes. The quizzes are a little silly. Joy-Con 2 quiz. Question number 1. Which of the following can be found inside the Joy-Con 2 controllers? Microphone, speakers, a computer, or hope? Guys, we found it. We found the hope we were looking for was in the Joy-Cons the whole time. That's why they're called Joy-Cons. They hold all the joy and all the hope. And they also hold a microphone so they can hear everything I'm saying. Hello Nintendo, you're a great company. I love you. Please don't sue me. Dumb question. Is the game worth it? If you like museums, like non-ironically, if you do like museums, I think you will like this game, and otherwise you will absolutely hate it and it's a waste of money. That was said in Bitcoins. It's right. Hope is. Bitcoin wasn't an option, unfortunately. Well, what can you tell using the Joy-Con controller's accelerometers? Today's weather, the heart rate of the holder. Fun fact: you can't actually use this to tell the heart rate of a person, because there's this game called Ring Fit Adventure, where at the end of a run, you put your finger on the little infrared sensor, and it uses it to sense your heart rate. But it's not used with the accelerometer. It's just trying to decide if it's facing downwards or not. I wish it could tell the weather. It's not that smart yet. Nintendo Switch 3 though, it'll tell the weather as well. What can the Joy-Con 2 controller's gyroscope tell you about the controller itself? If it's dizzy or not, how much it has turned and which way it's initially facing. These are all boring answers. This is the second one. Done. And now we get to dive deeper into the Joy-Cons because perfect score. A+, thank you. Very astute, you got everything right. I guess you're pretty familiar with the Joy-Con computer now. Not really, you didn't tell us anything about the computer. Okay. I can't find the rest of the stamps. Not sure if I looked under the ladder. Okay, yeah, so the rest of them are under the ladder. Down we go, gamers. Down we go. Oh, this is the bottom half of this. I think the inner parts of the R button, ZR button, and release button are somewhere around here. How do they all work? That's a good question. That's a good question that I'm not gonna try to answer because I'm scared. Right, they have multiple quizzes on this floor. Okay, there's one. HD Rumble. So we're missing one more stamp. Don't want to do this minigame? Let's do the minigame first. They did this to teach us how to take apart the Joy-Con and to fix the drift. Exactly. This is a tech demo, not a minigame. I like how throughout the whole game, they're reminding you that this is, in fact, a tech demo. Just in case you're like, $10 tech demo? Nah, we need to be nicer to Nintendo. And then even Nintendo themselves are like, this is a tech demo. This HD Rumble tech demo stimulates balls rolling around. Yo, it's the ball game from 1-2 Switch. Let's go. I like the ball game. Alright, requires use ow. Okay, we're not doing this one. I was gonna do it, but it requires handheld mode, which means I cannot stream it. Thank you, Nintendo. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. The reason I'm hugging the wall is because I want the last stamp, but I don't know where it is. I don't like this. They're gonna make me look for it again, aren't they? Oh, there it is. There it is. Battery. Dang, that's a big battery. And what's happening? Oh, we can go to Area E, which is downstairs. The heck is downstairs? I guess there would only be one Joy-Con area, because they're both same on the inside. Did you know there are a lot of North and South poles contained within the parts that make up the HD Rumble? Did you know about Nintendo's history with rumbling cartridges? What? Hold up, the second part got me confused. Rumbling cartridges? Multiple North and South poles. Strong vibrations require strong magnetic forces. Hello Sus, hope you're doing good. As such, the Nintendo Switch 2 system's HD Rumble 2 needs strong magnets. Its magnets are stronger than those used for the system's HD Rumble. However, it's not just a strong magnet. A normal magnet consists of two poles, a north pole and a south pole. Ho ho ho. But the magnets in HD Rumble 2 have multiple north and south pole. Whoa. Whoa, this is wild. This visual is wild. And look, it's spelled SNS. It's close to SNES, which is a console. Anyways, and by combining several of these magnets, we get a magnetic force that's stronger than the two-pole magnet. Okay, that was wild. I was not expecting that. Quiet rumble. How to use your Switch 2 in the open world. It's downstairs, exactly. If the rumble's too strong, things can get a little noisy. Yeah, tell that to Splatoon players who using the Grisco charger. It's a magnitude 2 earthquake in your hand every time you fire it. Buns and other parts may rattle into each other. This isn't ideal, of course, so we took various measures to ensure that it's not too noisy. The parts are attached with double-sided tape. The parts are attached with tape. Okay. This prevents gap from forming. Our goal was for you to feel the vibrations as much as possible. Wait, I need a visual for this tape thing. What do you mean my parts are held together by tape? Did they duct tape my... Are the buttons held by duct tape right now? that doesn't sound right. Nintendo has been making cartridges with Rumble for a long time. They're not gonna explain the tape thing. What is a cartridge? Oh my gosh. Childhood memories unlocked. You have to blow on these things to make them work. Well, you could say they're the precursor to modern day game cards. 1999 Pokemon Pinball for Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Oh, it's the dates again. It's history class. 2005 WarioWare Twisted for Nintendo Game Boy Advance. 2006 Drill Dozer. What the heck is this game? What is this game? I've heard of the other two. Have you guys heard of Drill Dozer before? Why would Nintendo put this in here? Are we getting... Oh, because it includes Rumble feature, that's why. It's the games that have Rumble and... I see. Pokemon Pinball had Rumble? Interesting. Nintendo DS Rumble Pack. Is this a game? Made in Japan, I guess. I'm sipping my coffee a little bit better because it's gonna get cold if I don't drink it for the next 2 hours. You can buy these games for $80 on the Switch too now. Exactly, so you can experience the Rumble. With these cartridges, the cartridge itself was rumbling. Sometimes the cartridge itself has been... They're not giving me enough detail here. I'm feeling a little ripped off. I feel like there should be like 2 more of these to give me more detail about the tape and the Rumble cartridges. What better award could there be for reading all that text than a quiz? This game is made for nerds. This is the game for the nerds. This is literally, you went to school, you were a straight A student, you're like, man, society has let me down, life kind of sucks. And then Nintendo pops out with this game and you're like, yes, this feels like home. This is what my life has led to. What did the magnets held within the HD Rumble contain? A lot of high and low poles, of course, north and south. No fun answers here. Joy-Con buttons are attached to other parts with double-sided tape, stopping vibration from doing what to the buttons, making them unreadable. Rotating them, making them fly away. I sure hope the tape is stopping my parts from flying the heck away, from rattling into each other. In the past, Nintendo has made something pictured here that could vibrate. What was it? A battery? A game console stand? The game console itself, or the game cartridge? I did not know about the vibrating cartridges. I did not know that was a thing. Were these safe? Like, I swear somebody's Nintendo must have broken because of these. I'm sure they were okay. But I'm concerned about them. Just a little bit. Just a little concerned. Alright, on to the next quiz we go, and then we can play the heckin' mini golf mini game. This was in the ads. I'm kind of looking forward to this one. Let's do the other quiz first. Have you ever wondered about the curve on the outside of the Joy-Con? Or about the long L and R buttons? Sure, I'm interested. It's how they got you to buy the game again back then. I suppose, yeah, they're like, oh look, cool, it rumbles, buy it. Bigger, but still easy to use. As you may have already noticed, the Nintendo Switch 2 system is larger than the Nintendo Switch system. For that reason, the Joy-Con 2 controllers also had to be larger. But we felt that if all we did was make the controllers bigger, they might have become too difficult to use because they're no longer made for baby hands, and how are babies supposed to play on this console? The answer is they're not. But you know, they'll make it usable for babies anyways. So we made a number of adjustments to make sure that the new size wouldn't hinder their functionality. For example, making the Joy-Con 2 controllers bigger meant it could be harder for some players to reach the L and ZL buttons with their fingers. So we extended the length of these buttons. Oh, that's why they're longer. They're longer so if you have baby hands and short fingers, you can hit them on the side of the Joy-Con instead of all the way at the top. Another issue was that the controllers on the bottom, the corners on the bottom of the controllers would press into your hands. Yes, this was very uncomfortable. I agree. We solved this by rounding the corners off, smoothing the angle. Nice. Nice and smooth. In addition to these changes, we tested various button positions millimeter by millimeter to make them easy to press. In short, we put a lot of effort into making sure the larger Joy-Con 2 controllers would not be a problem. They're designed to be easy to use even for people with small hands. And for people with big hands, this is actually a nice update. No longer baby hand controllers. Longer L and R buttons. I think we already covered this, but okay. One way we made the Joy-Con controllers easier to hold is by making the L and R buttons longer. This makes these buttons easier to press when you're using mouse controls. That is true. To make these longer buttons feel satisfying no matter where you press them. That is also true. We built in 2 shafts, each one containing a spring. Go ahead and press the L and R buttons in various spots to see how they feel. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I'm pushing the button. I mean, it does feel satisfying. Like, it feels like I am yeah, oh, this does feel nice. It feels the same throughout, even though it's curved. Hello, Bubble Place, how you doing? We're at the Nintendo Museum, which costs $10 to enter. The new C button. Joy-Con 2 has a new C button. This lets you quickly access the game chat menu. The name of the button may make you think it's similar to the A and B buttons, but it's actually similar to the function of the home button. Ooh. Read all the insights, I appreciate it. Now time to take our quiz. Ayo Thomas, hope you guys are doing good. Welcome, welcome. We're about to take another quiz. I think the quizzes are my favorite part of the game because they have the silly answers. It is just fun to laugh at the silly answers. What changes have been made to the Joy-Con 2 controller so that they remain easy to use despite their large size? The L and R buttons are longer so your fingers can easily reach them. The number of buttons is reduced to make them lighter. Sharper angles have been added so your hands can sharper angles so they can stab you. Special gloves are now provided so that anyone can play. Yes. Did you guys get your Nintendo gloves so you can reach the Joy-Cons with the baby hands? Because I sure didn't. I'm getting ripped off here, Nintendo. I'm good, just doing a Lyco from Pokemon Horizons. Ooh, that sounds like a fun one. I hope you enjoy. How have the LNR buttons been modified to make them satisfying no matter where you press them? A pleasant sound now plays. Yeah, whenever I use my Joy-Con, it just goes wah. That's the pleasant sound. 2 shafts have been added. They now require a great deal of force. No, the release button requires a great deal of force actually. But the LNR buttons, nah. What's the name of the Joy-Con 2 controller's newly added button? The C button? The GC button? The cha-cha button, of course, gamers. It's the cha-cha button. Cha-cha. The chat button is the C button. They could have called it. They should have called it the cha-cha button. Legally distinct. And the animation gets the Rapid Ghost. So I don't have the DLC, so I'm adding her team. Yeah, I can pick another turtle. There's plenty of other turtles. And now let's try out this golfing minigame. Because this was... Oh wait, first we get another fun fact. This venue's so big. Oh, give me the fact. It took a moment. We were talking about how much fun they were having walking around and collecting stamps. Hearing that made my day. I'm not having fun collecting the stamps actually. That's the least fun part of this game. Looks like you got at least 1 medal. Go ahead and play golf for beginners. I don't suppose you're really into golf, are you? You're up for a putt. You can use the Joy-Con 2 mouse controls to whack the ball around. First line yourself with the ball, determine the angle you need. Then while holding down the button, slide the Joy-Con controller to swing the club. Okay, so this is the putt-putt game, but on the Switch. Putt-putt goes to Nintendo Switch 2. Okay. So we're gonna play some mini golf. Whoa. Quickly putt the ball into the hole. Is there a timer? How do I do this? I'm so bad at mini golf, gamers. I thought there was gonna be a wall there. I feel the time pressure too. That's the worst part. Come on. We did it. Missed by 3 seconds. I'm not doing this one again. This is a lot less fun than I thought. There's too much time pressure. I don't like the time pressure on it. And just like quickly get the ball in there. I mean, I guess it's a good use for the mouse controls, but I don't know. I like the Switch because it's more of a console and less of a computer. So if it's making you play with like mouse controls, I don't know, from their point of view, it's like, oh look, it's a cool innovation. You don't need a computer. Which I guess is true, yeah. You know, some kids, their parents, they can't afford a fancy gaming computer on top of a Switch. It makes sense for them to do this. But if you already have a computer, it feels a little bit excessive. I feel like I should deliver this hat real quick, and then we'll... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna go back to the first Joy-Con, so we can deliver the hat at the info center. Because there's a little lost and found. And then we'll go to area E. And then we'll go back to area E. Let's see what this new area holds for us. What is below the Switch? Because we've been like in the sky this whole time. Did you get all the stamps in area D? Heck yeah, we did. Yep, looks like they're all here. Great job. You can head on through. Area E is the next area. Take the elevator down, then start walking. You'll get there eventually. Eventually? You know what level Hatena evolves? No, but... I use Cerebi for all my references. It's pretty reliable. You can just Google it. Be like, Cerebi, Hatena. It'll tell you. Switch to welcome to. This is a nice long walkway. I want to see where I'm going though. Oh, it's not letting me. R. It's the strap. I was not expecting the strap. Alright, whoa. Joy-Con 2 strap area. Strap in, gamers. It's time to game. Rubber cap. These rubber caps help to muffle the noise when the controllers vibrate. Okay. I didn't even know they existed. This is wild. This is wild. I was not expecting to be walking on a strap. This doesn't seem safe, Nintendo. This doesn't seem safe for human explorers to venture on the strap of a Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, there's gonna be a quiz. Alright, gamers. Strap in for the strap quiz. How's the locking mechanism work? Let's learn. Let's learn about the straps. Attaching and detaching the strap is easy. Straps attach to the controller, and then you loop the strap around your wrist. This lets you hold the controller safely as you play. Press the Joy-Con 2 button to easily detach it. I wouldn't say it's easily, but yes. Attaching and detaching the strap is easy. Cool. The straps helps with mouse controls. That is probably the main reason you'd want to use these, honestly. When playing the game that requires you to shake the Joy-Con 2 controller, it also comes in handy when using the Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. The straps make the controller less likely to fall on its side. Yep. So if you didn't use your straps for Switch 1 because you're like, nah, I'm good, especially when you're traveling, Switch 2 straps, you kind of have to bring them with you. It's an extra thing you gotta carry. The pads make it easier to slide. I also agree with this. Without the pads, it feels a little uncanny to use the controller as a Switch. I mean, as a mouse. But with the straps, it does feel a little bit more natural. It's a very skinny mouse. This is a mouse that's been working out. He's been running marathons every day. Eating chicken and broccoli. So as you might imagine, it's double helpful for games that require both motion and mouse controls. I sure hope those games don't exist, but they will. Small locking mechanism. You look at the top of that part attaches to the controller. Contains a locking mechanism made up of small parts. When attached, it moves and locks into place like this. And it detaches like so. Wait, I want to see the detach animation. I don't know. Oh, there's a button it pushes. I see. There's a very tiny spring that holds it into place. And if that spring breaks, you're gonna have to buy new Joy-Cons. Anyways, don't worry about that, gamers. Don't worry about it. No, just come take the quiz. It's okay. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. Well done. Allow me to reward your enthusiasm with a quiz. I have not seen Pokemon Horizon. I've seen a couple of episodes when planning Season 2 stuff, but I haven't actually watched it. Question number 1. What can you do safely with the Joy-Con 2 controllers once you've looped the Joy-Con 2 straps on your wrist? Use motion controls, use them as two-way radio, tie them together, wear them as bracelets. If you wear them as bracelets, you'll become Archveld from Monster Hunter Wilds. If you tie them together, then you just have one Joy-Con. I'm just gonna use motion controls. Aside from the motion controls, what other feature is easier to use? Chat? HD Rumble 2, touchscreen. Yes, touchscreen becomes very easy to use with the straps on. Mouse controls. Question number 3. The tiny springs found inside the part that attaches to the controller are for what purpose? Decoration, to keep the Joy-Con 2 controllers from moving when placed on a surface. The catapult erasers. Thank you. Thank you for giving me one fun answer. I guess decoration was also a fun answer, but... Really good. Yeah, I heard Vicvion, she recommends it quite a bit. I think it's like I don't know where to watch it. I'll be honest, I just don't know where to watch it. And I don't have the time. Otherwise, I would. Whoa, clearing the first quiz opened up a second quiz. I'm gonna go check out the underground area, I suppose, is what it's called. Plus and minus symbol. Okay, I love that it's just one of the straps. It's not gonna make me do both. First off, quick disclaimer, this isn't a minigame. It's an attraction that stimulates the experience of sawing. As you saw him moves back and forth, the HD Rumble will create vibrations. Okay. So we're gonna saw some stuff. Interesting. All right, HD Rumble 2 saw. Okay. We have to fell a tree slowly, fell a tree quickly. Oh, gamers, I have a knife. I have a knife, gamers. Let me get my strap for this though, cause I'm just scraping it on the desk otherwise, and I don't know if you can hear it. Let's see. Like that sounds like it's not good for my controller at all. So let me put the strap on it real quick, cause I don't want to break my controller right away. My gosh, Nintendo. Gosh dingity ding. Gosh diggity ding ding, Nintendo. I cut my desk in half with the Joy-Con controllers. Okay. So now that we have this, it's still like I feel like you're gonna need a mouse pad. Wait, I can play this on my leg. I can saw my leg in half. Very slow. Ah. Actually does feel nice when it's on the leg. On the desk, it's like, what am I doing? This is not appropriate, Nintendo. I'm turning this game off. Fell a large tree. How do you fell a tree slowly? Just to make sure it goes all the way up and down? My leg ain't long enough for this. I run out of leg. Because I'm trying to do the full motion like back and forth. But like, I don't have enough leg. They promised this is playable on your legs if you don't have a table. But this feels like a lie. I'm not a daddy long legs. Okay, surely this is the slow. Okay, we passed. We did it, gamers. I cut my desk and my leg in half with the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller. Not the Pro controller, but you know what I mean. Okay. Alright. On to the next ridiculous mini game. I mean, the HD Rumble part is nice. It is nice. It doesn't sound good on the desk. Like, it doesn't... They didn't pad it enough. Because, like, I have a mouse. And the mouse has, like, it's got, like, little smooth pads on it. That makes it very nice to move around on a desk. But the Joy-Con stuff? You don't want to be moving that around on a desk too much. Just making too much noise. I love mechanisms like this. I knew it. I knew there was gonna be a stupid stamp hidden somewhere in here. Alright. There's gotta be more stamps, right? There's no way they added this whole area down here and there's nothing. There's gotta be a stamp. Whoa. Zoom in. There it is. There's the stamp. Okay, now I'm scared because I am missing a stamp. And I don't know where the missing stamp is from. I don't know where the missing stamp is. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't make me backtrack and search for it like crazy. Maybe it's up here? Maybe? Nope. Nothing up here. Wonderful. Wonderful. Maybe it's on... There it is. Player LED. LED games. You're in the Nintendo Switch 2. Did you know Joy-Con 2 straps are laced with fiberglass? Plus they're woven together with a complex... They're made from fiberglass? So I was listening to this podcast, this Crash Taste podcast, and one of the guys on there was like, fiberglass seems really crunchy, like in a good way, and I was like, this man is insane. But if the string on these straps is made from fiberglass, I'm kind of tempted to try it a little bit, you know. Probably not good for my health, but I'm tempted to try it. Hello, Lucifer. Welcome to the fiberglass Part of the Joy-Con 2 strap that attaches to the controller is fairly thin. We had to make it out of if we had to make it out of normal plastic, it would be easily bent. So we interlaced fine glass fibers or fiberglass into the plastic. We did our best to make sure that this part does not bend. Oh, it's not the actual string that's fiberglass. It's it's the control. Oh, they're right. This isn't bendy at all. Whoa! This is wild. I wish I had a camera on. Like the little grip you attach, you can barely, like, it wiggles like a tiny bit, but like you cannot bend it at all. Quiet even when vibrating. Close to the part that loops around your wrist. These are very tiny. I completely missed them. If I wasn't for this game, I wouldn't even know they exist. There are two small pieces of rubber. When the pieces of rubber are pressed firmly into the Joy-Con 2, the rattling noise that comes from the Joy-Con 2 when it vibrates is reduced. So you see, even little pieces of rubber have a purpose. I like this. I like this part. Running stitch, satin stitch, and zigzag stitch. Lilo and stitch. Okay. Take a look at the part of the Joy-Con 2 straps that loops around your wrist. It passes through the part that attaches to the controller. And the ends meet up under here so that it forms a loop. On its own, this would be a problem. Because as the loop spins around, this part would bump into the strap lock. That is true. The strap lock would become difficult to move. Oh no, I've fallen and I can't get up. Our solution? Make sure that the loop doesn't spin all the way around. We use the sewing machine to sew together this bit. So that's why it's like that. They've literally sewn it together. Okay. And that's not all. We wanted to make sure that the sewn part is tear resistant even when now I want to pull it. This makes me want to pull it. It uses complicated stitching pattern, running stitch, satin stitch, and zigzag stitch back to running stitch. Do we have any stitching experts here? I want to pull it now, but I feel like I shouldn't, but I am. I mean, yeah, it's not tearing right away, which is good, I suppose. All right, let's take the quiz. Let's get quizzed on this. Insights quiz. Joy-Con 2 strap, volume 2. Question number 1. The plastic used for part of the Joy-Con 2 straps that attaches to the controllers is combined with which material to stop it from being easily bent? Fiberglass, dietary fiber. Yes. Yes, we need more fiber in our lives. We can now eat the Switch 2 straps for extra dietary fiber. Rubber, iron fillings, it's fiberglass. Nice and crunchy. I wonder if this game has caused anyone to break something by accident. I think the whole point is for them to be like, look, you can't break it. And then you try it and you're like, yeah, they're right, you can't break it because it's a brand new console. But I wonder if it's still going to be as resistant, you know, 5 years from now. Once it's had like the wear and tear and just the, you know, time degrading it. What are the two pieces of rubber on the strap for? Decoration, to quiet the vibration, to be used as a fake mustache. I don't see how these can be a mustache. They can be eyes, so that it looks like the controller is making like a really big open mouth face. Like it's so shook, its mouth literally fell all the way to the ground. It's to quiet the vibration. Question number 3. What was done to the part that loops around your wrist to prevent it from turning? It was sewn together with a sewing machine. It was glued on. It was made out of a gel. Nothing in particular. This is a boring set of answers. That's okay. We got it. We got an A. We got an A. Perfect score. Amazing. Fantastic. Woo woo woo. You know so much about the strap now. Let's go. Okay, now we're missing a stamp. and I assume it's gonna be like down here, which is the reason I didn't go this way is because this looked like a really long loop, but it didn't seem like there was much on the other side. So I was like, let's check out the Bane area first, then we'll come back here. Alola, Warm Lily, how you doing? We're strapped in for the strap mini game. There's got to be a stamp on the end of this, right? My guy is running a marathon through this park. There better be a stamp on this. Yes. Thank heckin' goodness is the cover. What's this guy doing out here? Oh, we've opened up area F? Huh? Okay. You can see pretty far if you tilt it down. What's that area over there? Whoa. Joy-Con 2R strap. Nice. That's a nice little instruction there. I'm okay, I'm vibing. Trying to get as many Sheldon tickets to get all the new weapons. I think I like 12. I'm working on a video on that. It's a little late to put it out, I suppose, but I am working on a video on it. It should be out later today, maybe tomorrow. But basically just pick a weapon, play turf war. Takes half an hour. You indulge in a short preamble. Use your mouse skills to improve. You can speed and accuracy. Oh, you need to click on the target. There's a catch. In this game, you need lightning fast reactions. Too slow and you won't get the clear medals. This minigame has been minified to maximize your mouse mobility. Alright, we'll try it for like 2 seconds. I don't think I like the fast-paced mini games, but okay. Click on the target as quickly as possible. Again, is this just... That's it? That's the mini game? Oh no. No, it was single click. I overshoot. Alright, I don't like this mini game. We're leaving. I'm bad at this. I know he has 2 medals for me, but I don't want the medals. I'm out of here. Time to fast travel back to the first Joy-Con, to Maracas. Return to quality gameplay, yeah. So, some of these I'm like, you know, it's a bit of a time trial, so like, yeah, if you're a perfectionist, you can probably enjoy this. But it's not fun for me as a streamer. I'm here for the museum part. I'm here for the silly stuff, not to suffer in a mini game. Have you seen the F? I think there's like 2 or 3 more areas, because there is an F and a G. I think there was an H down here that goes inside of this Joy-Con. The dock area. One part I do like. One part I do like about this though is that there's a lot less stamps. What is this? I came all the way back here with the conveyor belt. Area H is next. The gate should be in Area A. But where is this again? He doesn't. This guy is supposed to talk to him on your way out. I wish there was a mover in the other direction. That would be kind of nice, wouldn't it? Those two always go darting off without me. Alright, she lost her kids. It's okay, lady. It's okay. Oh, there's those two. Where am I going? Area F, right? Wrong way, bud. We're going to Area F first. We'll go to Area G once we get all the stamps. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. So it's F and then G. And then we go back to the inside of the Joy-Con. Welcome to Area F. This is the Nintendo Switch 2 dock. Oh, the camera is next. I don't have a camera. How's that gonna work? How is that gonna work? I genuinely don't have I didn't buy the camera, but is 10 worth it? I think if you... I think it's said it a couple times already, but like... If you like museums... and like are a bit of a tech nerd, then yeah, I think you'll enjoy this game for $10. Otherwise, nah, it's not worth it. But like, if you pay $10 for a museum, it's worth it. Is a dock just a fancy word for a stand, or is there more to it? And why is the back of the dock rounded? Let's find out on today's episode of Nintendo Quiz. The dock is more than a stand. It's a sit. At first glance, the Nintendo Switch 2 dock might look like a regular stand, but it's actually much more than that. It can change video signals from the Nintendo Switch consoles into signals that your television can receive. Has USB ports letting you use multiple kinds of devices, and it allows you to connect to the internet via a LAN cable. Wow, it has a lot of ports on this dock. The Nintendo Switch 2 dock is designed with the Nintendo Switch 2 console in mind. This means that it can't be used with the Nintendo Switch 1 console. This is true, I tried this, and I was so disappointed that I cannot dock my Switch 1 into it. At first glance, they don't look so different. Yep, that's why I got bamboozled. But on the inside, a lot has changed. It needs to keep up with the Nintendo Switch 2 console's rapid video signals. Also, now that the dock is bigger, if you try to force a Switch console into it, the control sticks get attached to the controller might get stuck. Yup. In short, please don't try it. Too late, I already tried it. It doesn't work. It doesn't. The square box don't fit in the square hole no more. What do I do? Conversely, the Nintendo Switch 2 console cannot be used with the Switch 1 dock. Nintendo Switch 2 console uses a lot more electricity. So even if you could connect it, it would exceed the Nintendo Switch dock's power capabilities and it simply wouldn't work. Dang. They just said skill issue on the Nintendo Switch 1 dock. Please make sure to only use the Switch console with the Nintendo Switch dock, and Switch 2 console with the Switch 2 dock. Okay, alright. This feature should have been free. I agree. For most people, this should have been free. Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a cooling fan inside. This prevents the dock from getting too hot and allows the Nintendo Switch console to perform at its best. Also, the base of this dock is raised about 2 millimeters. There are many holes on the underside of the dock. The console and the dock's fan draw in through these holes, and through the gaps on the side. Oh, airflow. This helps the inside of the console and the dock stay as cool as possible. You mean they put holes in my dock? How'd they do that? If you look at the back of the Switch 2 dock, you'll find that it has rounded edges. This dock has much more rounded shape than the Nintendo Switch 1 dock. Why is it rounded like this? It's so that the release buttons are easier to reach. Cool. When the Nintendo Switch console is inserted into the dock, detaching the controller should be easy. The dock isn't rounded just because it looks cuter that way. Yes it is. They were like, it's kawaii. They didn't say that. I'm sorry, that was cringe. That was cringe. The square don't go in this exactly. Nintendo Switch 2 dock serves many purposes, but which of the following does it not do? This is the trick question that gets me. It's the inverse question. Which of these is not it? Does it send signal to the TV? Yes. Does it provide additional USB ports? Yes. Does it enable internet access? Yes. Does it use infrared communication? No. No. No, no. Pretty sure Wi-Fi is infrared, but that's in the Switch itself. Which of the following can the Nintendo Switch 2 console use? Only the Switch 2 dock, because the Switch 1 is a beta. It sucks. It's not good. What are the holes on the bottom of the Switch 2 dock for? To reduce the dock's weight, to let more sound out, to show people what's inside. Yep. Try to attract a partner on Tinder. It's wearing holy pants. Why is the back of the Nintendo Switch 2 dock rounded? To look cute. Make the dock more stable. To show the curvature of Guys, the people at Nintendo, they're not flat earthers, apparently. They're round earthers. And they're trying to assert their round earth propaganda on, on the flat earthers by rounding off the edges of the Switch 2 dock. That's why they did it. Perfect score. Thank you. Oh, you passed with flying colors. You must really know your way around the dock now. Except I still need 4 more stamps. Oh, we got another quiz. Alright. I was not ready for quiz part 2 right away, but let's do it. Have you noticed these little bumps near the system connected or not? No? Well, at least notice one of the 4 feet of the dock is different than the rest, right? I did not look at the feet. Not a foot person. I'm sorry. A ridge and some bumps. If you look into the who does this? I'll buy the new C-Box and please explain what you mean by trying. Bro, like the earth is round, not I know, it's a joke. I'm joking. If you look into the Nintendo Switch 2, this is 18 pages long. You see a mechanism around the connector that makes it easier to insert the Switch 2 console. Here in the middle, there's a narrow ridge. There are also 2 little bumps here in the left and right. Now if you take a look at the Switch 2 console, you'll see that it lines up. Wow. Wow. These guide the console right into the position it needs to be. Cool. First, okay. The ridge in the middle of the dock fits into the indentation of the console's underside, lining them up. Next, the little bumps fit into the console's other indents for even more precise alignment. These bumps sit on top of a small stand which is supported by springs. The connector only comes out when this stand is pushed down. So this means if you try to shove something else in there, it's not gonna like try to connect to it. The console connects to the dock via the connector. With such a mechanism, even if you get a bit sloppy when inserting the console into the dock, it should still work. Thank you. Slightly raised spots. The underside of the Switch 2 console is a little rounded. It's more round earth propaganda. Down here, near where the system connects to the dock goes, their spots that are slightly raised. If this positioning is a little off when the console is inserted into the dock, these raised spots will come into contact with the inside of the dock. Without this raised spot, the ridge on the dock might slide off the rounded part of the console and bend. Additionally, the connectors may not be inserted properly. With this slightly raised spot, I am not even sure what I'm looking at here. We've ensured that the console will not get stuck. Hold on, I'm gonna like undock this for a second because I want to see what they're talking about. I see. There's like a small little... There's like a small little ledge. So you can't put your phone... Yeah, exactly. The raised spot supports the console so don't get stuck. One of the 4 feet. There we go. This is for all the feet-loving people. On the underside of the Nintendo Switch 2 dock, there are 4 small rubber feet. These rubber feet prevent the dock from sliding when the console is inserted. This may sound great, but if the cable connected to the dock snags... I'm sorry. I'm now imagining the dock as a dog that has 4 feet, holy pants, and is now being held by a leash. I mean, there is a game coming out called Date Everything, and and they're doing a very interesting job of personifying the Switch 2 with all these descriptions of the dock specifically. But if the cable connected snags and the feet catch, the dock might tilt and fall over since it doesn't slide. This has happened to me. So, we modified one of the 4 feet. A bit of plastic sticks out slightly more. If the dock tilts slightly, this plastic will touch the floor. It will slide a bit, making the dock less likely to fall over. This tiny piece of plastic comes in very handy. Thank you, little plastic on the feet. for protecting my dog from flipping over like a dingus and breaking its nose. Alright, now let's take this quiz. I don't remember any of this information. Why are you trying to do that anyways, right? Okay, let's take this quiz. The ridge and the bumps allow the Nintendo Switch console to be inserted one way with little force along with another console with some imprecision. Question number 2. On the Nintendo Switch 2 console, some raised spots can be found where the system connects to the dock. Goes very far to make it look more interesting, to prop the console up, to stop it from getting stuck. I'm guessing when they were testing this, without these bumps, it was getting stuck. How many of the 4 feet are deliberately slippery? 1. Just 1 is slippery so that it can slide instead of fall over like a dingus. We can help out if you don't know. That is also true. Let's see if I failed. Okay, I got it. We're good. I got a perfect score. Does your brain feel better for having that extra bit of knowledge? I don't think it does feel better about this specific extra bit of knowledge. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but I've got my eye on a certain minigame here. That's the most random thing anyone's spoken to me in this entire video game. Okay. Oh, stamp. Back cover locking mechanism. We got 3 more stamps to pick up. Why is there a telescope? Have you ever tried looking for individual pixels on a 4K screen? It's tough with my eyesight, I'll tell you, especially with that 4K TV. There's so many little things, but then again, this is gonna be one of those that I can't play, isn't it? It's gonna be like your TV. I hate you. I hate you so much. This $10 game, I can't even play half of the mini games because my TV suck. That's the biggest ripoff about this game. I'll be honest, gamers. That is the biggest ripoff. You're trying to play a mini game, they're like, your TV suck. Can't play the mini game. Can't even try. We're not even gonna pretend. We're not even gonna downscale it. We could downscale it, but we're not gonna downscale it. We're just gonna tell you you're broke. Get a better TV. Anyways, that was my air vent for the day. Let's take another quiz. Yeah, you need a TV, a camera. Nintendo Switch. I mean, it is. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to compete with PC gaming a little bit with this console, which I'm sure most people don't realize that is the case. Because not everyone has a gaming computer or a gaming laptop, and they're expensive. So, like, you know, if your parents are gonna spend $600, I mean, do you want to play Mario, or do you want to be able to use Photoshop? I don't know. I don't know what matters more. But you're probably gonna be like, I want to play Mario. Oh wow, Mario now also has a computer for me. Thank you, Mario. All right, let's learn about the AC adapters. Okay, this coffee is good. I got a caramel macchiato this morning. Well, I didn't get it, I made it, but it's good. Removable cable. The Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter cable can be detached. This means when you want to carry the AC adapter around with you, you can easily stow both parts. This is nice, thank you. A small yet powerful. The Nintendo Switch 2 adapter is much smaller than the Nintendo Switch AC adapter, and I actually like the fact that it's smaller. However, it can output a lot of power. Compared to the Nintendo Switch AC adapter, it's increased by more than 1.5 times from 39 watts to 60 watts. It's small but mighty. Just like short people. Thin and flexible. That was me 20 years ago. Now I'm fat and unflexible. The USB-C charging cable for the Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter is thinner and more flexible than the Switch 1. Nice, it lost some weight. Good job. Me too, I'm trying. This makes the AC adapter convenient and easy to pack. Wow, thank you. I will be traveling soon. That was the announcement I wanted to make, by the way, gamers. I don't know how much I'll be able to stream for the next 2 months because I will be going to Europe. So I'll see how the situation is there with internet, with having time and space to stream, but we might take a break from streaming for about 2 months. So we'll see. Worst case, I'll see you again in 2 months. Best case, I'll see you next week. Because a week from now, I will be in Europe. We'll be in a completely different time zone. And I might just want to go touch grass. So we'll see. Anyways, time for the quiz. Let's take the quiz on the AC adapters. Ooh. This reminds me I need to go buy a carry kit for the Switch 2. Because I gotta put this in my carry-on somehow without destroying it. Which of the following traits is true of the Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter cable? It is 100 meters long. It can be stretched. It is transparent. It is detachable. Fun fact, Theory people said this game would realistically cost you $800 for the complete experience with the new cheap TV, $55 camera, and yeah, it would be expensive, yeah. Do you have school summer break, or do you, I mean, I do YouTube full-time, and then I also do like a research assistant job, so like I help professors with collecting data, set up experiments, stuff like that, but it's kind of slow at the moment. I can just edit videos while I'm there, so it doesn't matter if I'm here. Wait, what country are you in case you started a stream like at 10:30? I'll be in Bulgaria, so it's 7 hours ahead of EST. So if I do stream, it would be around this time. It would be around this time, right now. Like whatever time it is for you right now, it would be around this time. Might end up being like shorter streams if I do stream. What does the Nintendo? Because I actually have a life there, so like I might be going out with people on Friday nights instead of wanting to stream. So we'll see. What does the Switch 2 adapter have more than the Nintendo Switch 2? It has more cable, more size, more powers, more angles, more power. Mighty strong. How does the Switch 2 AC adapter cable compare to the Switch 2 AC adapter cable? It's thicker and stronger. It's thinner and more flexible. Yeah, it's not as thick. It lost a little bit of weight. Good job, Nintendo Switch 2. You worked out. Okay. I'm assuming the last stamp I need is down this one-way escalator. Why would they do a one-way escalator? I don't know. Yo, tech demo. I see you got at least 2 medals. This means the demo's all yours. So, this is more of a demo than a game, but wanna try it out? Have mouse sensors, it means it's possible for you to use mouse controls with both of them at the same time. Have some fun splashing water around. What? Hold on, they're throwing me in the kiddie pool. They're throwing me in the kiddie pool, gamers. Let me get my other strap on. Alright, so this is... My worry is that some of the games that they release for this console are gonna be like, oh, you have to... Because this is the gimmick, right? The gimmick is we have mouse now. Before it was like, oh, we have the nunchucks. Oh, we have the gamepad. For the Switch, I don't really know what the gimmick was. It was just, oh, you can play it handheld or docked. And then for this, now you can have mouse controls with both of them, which tells me they are going to release some games that basically require you to use this. I don't find it this practical or fun, so I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this gimmick, but we'll see. Just stop by to say hi. I love your videos, and I hope you have a good stream. Thank you. I wonder if they're going to talk about the Switch breaker. What is the Switch breaker? Alright. What? What am I doing? Move a paddle. Change the stage. Spin the water wheel. Well, this is not... Okay, we want... Whee! Water splash! It's vibrating a lot. Okay, that's enough of this minigame. That's enough of this demo. Oh, Nintendo threatening to break your Switch if you mod it. They're not gonna talk about that in here. Ah, you spent $10 on this game? By the way, if you try to mess with anything... Alright, let's hear about the TV output that I don't even get to see because my TV sucks. Ultra high speed. The Nintendo Switch 2 system comes with an HDMI cable. This is capable of ultra high speed HDMI. Okay. As the name suggests, it can transmit data very quickly. and indeed, the cable needs to transmit a lot of data. The sharp and detailed pictures, 4K, and wait, is this gonna be a problem with the capture card, I wonder? And smooth images, 12 Hz. To achieve this, a compatible game and TV are required. Yeah, and I don't have the TV part, so what's the point? 4K. In terms of TV image output, Nintendo Switch 2 is compatible with 4K resolution. 4K image is made out of many dots, which is it's about twice of the full HD. They should make it thinner, more flexible, and stronger, otherwise you're more likely to accidentally break it and then have to pay for a new one. Yeah, what's the fun if you don't have to buy a new one? That's 4 times as many pixels as the Nintendo Switch. This is the most ever for any Nintendo console. If you have games and a TV that are 4K compatible, then you can look forward to having a sharp, detailed picture. HDR. Nintendo Switch console outputs video, oh my gosh, 17 pages. You can do so using very bright light. Devices compatible with this are HDI compatible. HDR is short for high dynamic range. Console can use approximately 16 million different types of light and color. Meanwhile, the Nintendo Switch 2 console uses hundreds of millions. If you have HDR compatible game and TV, it's now possible to display bright, intense light. The screen you're looking at right now is a sample image that doesn't use... Yeah, I've already seen this before. It just makes it look nicer. And the non-HDR elements are very different. Very little difference in the brightness between the most vivid parts of the explosion. And then this has like more bright colors, I suppose. It can even create subtle differences in darkness in dark places. However, the brightness and output will vary depending on the TV and TV settings. Try to find out the viewing setup that works best for you. What if you don't have a TV like that, but a capture card, right? Smooth movement. When connected, the Switch 2 can produce an image that changes at high speeds, up to 120 times per second in fact. That's why it's called 120 Hz. If you have a 120 Hz compatible game and TV, so much conditionals. If you have this, it'll look nicer, and if you don't have this, it'll look the same as your Switch 1. Nintendo Switch 2 changes image. We've seen this before. We've seen this in the last stream. Video shown for example, but 120 supported. Mouse movement will appear smoother. Looking around using the right stick will feel smoother, and as you scroll the screen will look smoother, and so on and so forth. So 120 makes it smooth. Okay, let's take this quiz. We're ready for a quiz. I think it's time for a quiz. Yeah, let's take the quiz. TV output, volume 1. The HDMI cable included with the Switch 2 is what type of cable? Ultra high speed, right? I think so. I might actually fail this question. I might fail this quiz. Nintendo Switch 2 is compatible with which of the following resolutions for TV? Y2K? For Donkey Kong? QQ VGA? Oh my gosh, gamers, they got the QQ VGA on here. It's 4K. It's funny that they put Y2K in here. How many different color combinations and light and color is the Switch 2 able to use? Approximately 16.17 million. I might fail this quiz, because I didn't see difference between these two movements. Now, one is definitely a lot laggier, but it's not at 120. When the images on the TV change rapidly, how does it start to look? It looks healthy, it looks sneaky, it looks vibrant, it just looks smooth. Does not look sneaky. It looks smooth. Isn't Y2K? Yeah, that's why I'm surprised they put it in here. Oh, I failed. I failed, gamers. I missed a single question. Alright. You know, I think I'm just gonna fail this quiz. C's get degrees. It's okay. What did I miss? What did I miss? It's bugging me now. HDR. HDR? High dynamic range. Meanwhile, Switch 2 consoles can use hundreds of millions of colors. Dang it. That's what got me. It's the hundreds of millions. Stupid. Now I feel stupid. Insights quiz. And then they make you retake the whole thing. ultra high speed. Question number 2. 4K. 4DK. 4 Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong 4. Hundreds of millions. Smooth. Do I get an A now? Or did I guess wrong? Because I skimmed. I did it! I did it, gamer. I'm smart. I get a degree. I think. That's how this works. No! They hit me with a part 2! They're like, yeah, think you're done? But you ain't done, son. We got more! Come on, give me the last stamp. I wanna be out of this area. Fine, we'll do this. We'll do this knowledge check. And then the camera's opened up next, but we can't even take the camera stuff because I don't have a camera. So I probably won't be able to play any of the mini games for it, but it is what it is. Alright, Mama is fascinating stuff, huh? Speaking of fascinating, how about how images appear on the TV? I'm interested. Yay, more TV information. Alright, let's see. Easy to use without any setup. Some TVs include special settings suited to games. This is sometimes called game mode. This makes the images less prone to lag, which makes playing them easier. When it comes to Nintendo Switch 2, you may not need to enable such TV settings manually. It automatically switches the TV to a mode that's suited for games. This is known as being aluminum compatible, which stands for auto low latency mode. Auto low latency mode. However, this feature is only available for aluminum compatible TVs. So if you don't have a good TV, you have to manually set it. This system is set to automatically make games easier to play without having to change any settings. As long as you have a good TV. I have a TV from like 15 years ago, so I don't think it's... Yeah, this TV I have is at least 10 years old. This is an old television I have. I haven't bought a new TV in a long time. Gonna head out, but I hope you get your Switch 2 diploma. Thank you. Hope you have a nice weekend. Switch 2 exchanges more than just images with a TV. It interacts in all kinds of ways. The console is what's called CEC enabled, which stands for Consumer Electronics Control? What? When you power on the Nintendo Switch 2, the TV will automatically turn on and the input mode will change. Okay, this is a nice feature. I like this feature. This is nice. And when the TV is turned off, the Nintendo Switch 2 system will turn itself off automatically and enter sleep mode. Ah, the Switch 1 didn't do that. This was not a feature on the Switch 1. This feature can be found under System Settings on the home menu, and it's called Match TV Power State. Not only that, but the TV will also display Switch 2 when switching input to the Switch 2 console. With CEC compatibility for the Nintendo Switch 2 console, it's easily recognized by the TV. However, the compatibility of your TV may vary from model to model. You need to... I wonder if can Nintendo just release a TV that has all the settings we need? Because this is what it seems like they're trying to do here. They're like, there's all these features and you can do with your television, but like it depends on the... Just release the Nintendo TV. I think people will buy it. Like, come on, Nintendo. You already make screens. Make the Nintendo TV. When you play on a Nintendo Switch 2 console connected to a TV, various electronic signals are output via the USB-C cable. The Nintendo TV, exactly. Also, the TV comes with rumble controls, so when you game rumbles, your whole TV rumbles. It's genius. These signals won't normally show up on the TV, not without a little extra help anyways. Nintendo Switch 2 dock picks out the video signals, converts them into different video signals called HDMI, and sends them to your TV using ultra high-speed HDMI cable. I don't think you can post an image into YouTube chat. I don't think that is an option. The dock does a lot of heavy lifting. And you can post an image in the Discord server, but not on YouTube chat. How the picture gets to the screen. When you connect the Nintendo Switch console to a TV and turn on the power, images appear on the TV screen. You might think that the console is simply outputting signals to the TV, but in fact, all kinds of processes are going on between the console and the dock and the TV. And this console, when this console is turned on, this information is transmitted to the dock, which then transmits the signal through the cable to the TV. Then the TV responds and the dock relays the info back to the console. So you can see the console and the TV communicate through the dock. The dock is sitting there translating everything. At this point, the main unit asks the TV through the dock what kind of video it can handle. The console receives a reply via the dock, and then the console decides what kind of image to display. Finally, then the image is outputted. Dang, this is a long process. All sorts of processes are handled in a short span of time before the image is displayed. This is pretty normal for technologies, by the way. That's why having like good fast cables is good. Time to take a little quiz. I got a great TV recommendation for the Switch. I'm scared. I'm scared of the recommendation. When you connect the Nintendo Switch 2 console to the Alalum compatible TV, what happens to the... It gets the alarm feature, it acquires touch controls. Yes. Alalum activates touch controls on your TV. Question number 2. What's it called when the Nintendo Switch 2 online console communicates with the TV in ways other than video? CEC enabled. WC NFC, ABC enabled. These don't mean anything to people who don't know what NFC is. Like the thing that uses, like the amiibos use. They use NFC. WC, this just stands for wash closet or bathroom. This is the bathroom enabled. CEC enabled is the real answer here. What does the Nintendo Switch 2 dock do when the video signals sent from the Switch 2 to the console? It ignores them. It sends them back to the console. What does the dock do when the video signals sent with the video signals sent from the console? It sends them, converts them for the TV. It converts them first and then it sends them. So it's a translator. How do the Switch 2 console and TV communicate with each other before the video is output? They speak verbally, so I turn it on and the TV's like, "Hello gamers, I can speak now," and the console's like, "Hello, I can also speak." They use the controllers, they email each other, of course. Of course they email each other. They have a very polite email exchange. They use the dock. Actually, with all the movie and anime they made, the Nintendo TV sounds like its own streaming site. Yeah, if you buy the Nintendo TV, you get free access to Nintendo TV, where you can watch all the Nintendo stuff. Subbed, dubbed, ad-free. Psych, you're gonna be seeing that as well for Nintendo. They'll advertise themselves the whole time. Alright, let's go to the... Maybe I could have ran on this the whole time. It didn't let me enter from this side though. But once you're on it, you can run on it. Alright. Onto Area G. That face game made me laugh so much. Your face was so funny. Uh-oh. Guys, is this gonna make me do a face reveal? Uh-oh. Why is it called Area G? This should have been called Area F. For face. If they did that, then my parents would be even less likely to let me buy it, right? You gotta pay extra for crossovers like Mega Man and Sonic. Yeah, Sonic is extra. Because they're trying to compete. Okay. Well, it's the camera area. Wahoo! I don't have one of these because they're sold separately. And I have no intention of showing my face right now. Let's see. Dart. I only got one clear medal again. Just let me try one more time. Nah, you're good. You're good. You don't need to try more. What the heck is yellow M&M doing? Don't tell me. I can read it on your face. You're mighty confident in your own facial expressions. Maybe this minigame is about making faces. If there's a camera connected to the Switch 2, it'll be able to recognize your face. You even have to move your whole face, even eyebrows, mouth, and neck. The whole shebang. Look at the face shown on screen and try to imitate it as close as possible. It won't let me. I don't have a camera connected. Bleh. Daddy, your face is so funny. Do it again. Bleh. Wait. I'm not her dad. Uh-oh. Okay, stand pull. I'm guessing the rest is gonna be up there, but let's learn a little bit about this camera, I suppose, even though I will never have it. You learn how easy it is to use the camera's ring slider. It's info about past Nintendo cameras and more. This one I'm least curious about because it's like an accessory that is separate, so like not everyone's gonna have this. A movable camera head. Nintendo Switch 2 camera has a movable head. It can be tilted up and down. More precisely, you can tilt it down about 10 degrees or up about 25 degrees from the initial position. With this range of motion, even if you place the camera somewhere high up or down low, you should still be able to center it on what you wanted to capture. Also, to keep the head at the angle you adjusted to, it's literally making me wait so I can see this. We sandwich silicone rubber between the inner parts. Cool. How many kids do you have? We know about Abro. Who's Abro? One benefit of the Nintendo Switch 2 camera is that it can capture a fairly wide angle. To get a little technical, the field of view is 110 degrees. It's nearly twice that of the 3DS camera. Thanks to that wide angle, the camera can capture your whole face when you're in handheld mode. You would play handheld mode with a camera connected to it? In tabletop mode, it makes it easier to capture two people playing side by side. And in TV mode, the camera can even capture a player who's standing. It's also easier to fit multiple people sitting around a room within the field of view. If the angle seems a little wide, you can zoom in when using game chat to narrow the field of view. Okay. Preventing distortion. You may also know the Nintendo Switch camera can capture wide angle. However, if we didn't take extra measures, the camera would run into a problem. The image would begin to distort around the edges. To address this, we widen the lens so that people near the edge of the frame aren't distorted. While this means that the spot directly in front of the lens will come out slightly distorted, it reduces the chance of people looking distorted overall. Okay. The privacy shutter. Ooh. Nintendo respecting privacy? That's a Chad move right there. You can close over the camera if you use its shutter. When the shutter is closed, the camera won't be able to capture anything. So if you're ever concerned about your privacy, you can simply close the shutter. Chad move right there. I wish every laptop had a camera shutter. When the shutter is closed, the lens will be covered for a while with a white lid. You can tell at a glance that the camera can't see you. You can also check the LED to the left of the lens. If the LED is on, the camera is on. If it's off, the camera is off. But that's not all. To prevent the shutter from only closing halfway, we use a torsion spring so that it's either open or fully closed. It will feel like it's being pulled open or pushed closed. That is nice. One more thing. When you close the shutter, an image is sent to the Nintendo Switch console to indicate that nothing is being captured. That's actually good design there. So I might need to go at some point. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, midnight. Get some rest, gamer. Can't stop Giratina space-time distortion, not even on the Switch 2 camera. Exactly. Trace back through Nintendo's history, and you'll find Nintendo has made it possible for players to play games using cameras for quite some time. The Game Boy camera lets you play with a picture of your face. This looks so cursed. You can aim the Wiimote pointer lens at the TV screen. The DSi system. Who are these people? Hold on, now this looks like a very interesting screenshot they're showing. The DSi system lets you calculate how similar people's faces look. Was there a game on the Nintendo DS that was like, are they dating or siblings? Is that what this photo is? The only 22% relative. This is wild. I don't know about this. Nintendo 3DS and AR cards let you play with things that don't physically exist in the real world. I remember this. This was a silly gimmick. The Wii U gamepad lets you see the faces of other players. Huh? Wait, that was a thing? You can build functional controllers out of cardboard using the IR motion camera on the Switch Joy-Con. With Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, you can turn your home into a racetrack. It's not just about taking pictures, it's about having fun. Nintendo has been making games that can be played with the use of camera for a long time. Yeah, and sometimes what they mean by camera is just infrared sensor, but you know. Since you've gone through all the insides, it's time for a quiz. It's a slow evolution. Yeah, that's usually how things go. It is a slow evolution. Which direction can the head move? Up and down. Yeah. Question 2. How large is the Nintendo Switch camera's diagonal field of view? 110 degrees. I don't remember them saying the diagonal part, but the lens has been designed to make which part harder to distort? The edges, but the center is distorted. For some reason. Wild. It's wild. And what must you do to cover up the lens on the Switch? Will it to close? Pull the shutter towards you? Just turn the slider. I think it was a slider. Question number 5. Which of the following has been a way you can use a camera to play? All of the above. Even though picture number 2 didn't look like it, but it is. I might have failed this one. Okay, I didn't. I wasn't too confident in some of my answers. I guess I know the camera like the back of my hand now. Oh, there's the lady. We meet again. You may recall when I brought up the minigame dodge the spike balls. I don't like this lady anymore. She used to give me fun facts, now she's just saying go play games. Go play the minigames. Missed the game, go play game. Lens. Light. LED. I guess the other side has the shutter. Camera ring slider. You can use the slider to cover the lens. Lost glasses. Please don't overexert yourself. Turn in the other Oh. Wait, what am I missing here? Oh no, there's a missing part. Oh, gamers. How do I fast travel back? Hold on, we gotta go deliver this thing. I don't know what you get for, like, delivering everything. But they did not make it easy to fast travel back to the delivery area either. Welcome. Here's a lost item. Thank you for turning this in. Okay, and now we gotta fast travel all the way back to the camera. Okay, surely I've missed something down here then. Because if we can't find it, we can't even go to the next area. It's gotta be this thing, right? Yes. The gamer senses. The cable clip is what I was missing. Okay, and that's opened up area H, and I think H is the last area. I mean, we've covered basically everything. I mean, I still gotta go do the little museum part upstairs. But I think we're almost done. Was the Switch 2 welcome tour? I don't feel welcome here. Because it's a camera that I don't own. And they tell me my TV sucks. It's the welcome tour. How does the camera have a stand? And how does the camera make it easier to display your face? Are you interested? Go ahead and read through all these things. Have fun. Have fun, nerd. This is for you. It's nerd time. An easy and versatile camera. Here's the Nintendo Switch 2 camera. It's been specially designed for the Nintendo Switch 2. So whether you're playing in TV mode, tabletop mode, or handheld mode, it should be pretty easy to use. The camera is connected via the console's upper USB-C connector. You can change play modes without even having to disconnect it. I don't know what that means. Oh, you don't have to disconnect the camera. You can just dock it. If you want to use the camera with the Nintendo Switch 2, it does not have to be the specific Nintendo Switch 2 camera. This is another Chad move. They're like, it needs a camera, but it doesn't have to be our camera. You can use any camera. Nintendo Switch 2 is compatible with other USB cameras. So, if you happen to own a USB camera, you may be able to use it to connect it. So VTubers are able to connect their VTuber model with a USB into the Switch 2 so that they can show their VTuber model instead of their face. Which is Chad move, good design. However, it really depends on the USB camera itself. If you're not sure, you can select Test USB Camera within the system settings, which can be accessed from the home menu. I think another funny thing is people have connected their Wii U, at least according to VicVion, they connect their Wii U to this, and they've been able to like stream their Wii U games onto the Switch 2, which is wild. Then try connecting the USB camera, but of course, the Nintendo Switch 2 camera will be sure to work with the Nintendo Switch 2. So, you know, when in doubt, buy our stuff, but it can work, it should be able to work with other things. The camera stand. One thing you have noticed about the Switch 2 camera is that it comes with a stand. It's a handy thing. You can use it to quickly position the camera and use it in any mode, whether it's TV, tabletop, or handheld. It won't move or fall over easily and has been designed to help the camera capture a clear image no matter where you place it. But that's not all. If you've ever used a camera that captures your face from below, perhaps the resulting picture wasn't very flattering. Yeah, we got that double chin going. But with the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, its tall stand means you won't have to worry as much about it being too low. Ah, yeah, that is a smart design. You can also position the camera however you want in order to achieve the optimal angle. Finally, there's one more benefit to the stand's height. It's tall enough that you can place the camera behind the dock and still get a good view. See, this is the stuff I like seeing. Like the little smart design choices that they're like, yeah, you probably don't have too much space where you're putting your console, so we're gonna make it so that it's like just tall enough that it can see you from behind the console dock. Aren't you a PNG tuber? I am. Nintendo Switch 2 camera has designed, well, not intentionally, but yes, it's not just a nice visual for you. Otherwise, it's just a discombobulated voice that you get to see. Nintendo Switch 2 camera was designed with brightness in mind. We wanted to make it able to capture people's faces brightly and clearly. First, the camera detects where your face is. Then it brightens the image to bring out your face, even if the background becomes too bright in the process. The camera prioritizes making faces brighter and clearer. Because of this, the Nintendo Switch 2 camera is not well suited for capturing plain landscapes. Don't use it to take pictures of the background, I guess. A clear image in the dark. Even in dark lighting, the Nintendo Switch 2 camera is capable of taking pictures. Even if you're in a dimly lit room at night, its sensor can pick up small amounts of light which allow the camera to capture a clear image. However, a problem can arise if the camera tries to brighten the image in a dark environment. The image noise can be introduced from the power supplies or heat, making the image even brighter. This may result in a muddy look. Normally it wouldn't be possible to tell whether the muddiness is due to image noise or the light spot. So how does the camera handle this? Here is an example. If there were no light spots on the previous image, then the image noise is probably to blame. The camera constantly checks the image feed like this. It uses a number of different methods to try to eliminate as many sources of noise as possible. And this is machine learning stuff. This is why they're not going to go in detail on it. They don't want to scare people. Go through all the insights and take the quiz. So you've read it all. Have a quiz. Alright, let's take the quiz. Insights quiz, Nintendo Switch 2 camera, volume 1. Hopefully there isn't a volume 2. Where on the Nintendo Switch console would you connect the camera? To the air vent, to the game card slot, to the audio jack, of course. The USB-C type connector. Question number 2. Which of the following types of cameras are compatible? Film cameras, disposable cameras, USB cameras, endoscopes. Endoscopes? Why would they... Do you guys know what an endoscope is? So an endoscope is like a little camera that they like shove down your throat when they need to look at your insides. I've had an endoscopy. I've had an endoscope inside of me. It's like a little camera that they put down your mouth so they can see like if your throat is good, if your like liver, like your stomach looks good. I'm surprised they listed this on the silly list of answers. But okay, Nintendo. Okay, Nintendo. Coming soon, Dr. Nintendo. Can you play the Nintendo Switch 2 with an endoscope? The reason I've had to go through that is because I got a long-term COVID effect. It's called dysautonomia, and one of the symptoms is trouble swallowing. So I had a period where I just couldn't swallow food. It was also hard to swallow drinks. Like drinking water was difficult. So they were, you know, I went to a bunch of doctors and they're like, well, we're gonna have to do an endoscopy, you know, to make sure that your insides are good. Because I don't know, you might have, you know, an allergic reaction. It might be cancer. It might be something else. So we're gonna have to take a look, which is why I had the endoscopy. But I'm good. I'm okay. Hopefully you don't have to experience an endoscopy, but it is something that old people might have to go through, you know, just to check for stuff. Nintendo Switch 2 camera stand was designed to help take what kind of photos? Photos with watermarks, stand-assisted selfies, beautiful night panoramas, and now they're just there for your face. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better now, but it was a bit scary when it was happening. What can the Nintendo Switch 2 camera produce bright, clear photos of? Scenery? Fireworks? The game screen? People's faces. It's all about the face. They like your face. Nintendo wants to see your face, and it wants to see your face happy. And if you're not happy, oh, the ninjas are gonna get you. Anyways, when you're using the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, what's a race to prevent? Oh, I really wish they put the ninjas in the background. I really wish the ninjas was... When you're using the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, what is erased to prevent the picture from looking messy? Metadata, the user's memory. Hey guys, I'm here playing my Nintendo. Who am I? What am I doing here? Remove the noise. It's there to remove the noise. Can make the game screen brighter? No. Nah, it's all about your face. Perfect score. Thank you. Okay, now we're heading back to the first. Oh, gosh. We're heading back to the first area. Well, first of all, we're gonna deliver the lost glasses, and then we're gonna go inside the Joy-Con again. This is where we were at the start of the stream, and now we're going inside the other Joy-Con. And I don't know if there's any other area left. Wait, we've already unlocked this before. Area H. Have we unlocked this before? No, there's a second game. Hold on, I want to see this. Find the strongest rumble 2 along 2 axes. Oh. Oh, it's just 2-dimensional instead of 1-dimensional. I'm good. I'm good. Never mind, I don't want to play this minigame. Did you get all the stamps in Area G? I did. Oh, look at that. They're all here. Good work. You can head on down. Go down the ladder to get to Area H. Alright, gamers. Area H it is. And what will we find there? More of the insides of the Joy-Cons. Wow. Whoa. Wow. Mind is exploding. I haven't seen this. Actually, I saw this in the previous Joy-Con at the start of the stream. Wow. Wow. What is this? Capture button? Okay, I've already missed stuff. Thank you. Thank you for the stamp anxiety. Alright, what is this minigame? At least 3 medals? Check. You can go ahead and play. Color the shapes. Triangle. This minigame will give you a taste of mouse controls. When using a mouse, you typically aren't required to rotate it. With this minigame, you'll do just that. You'll be rotating the Joy-Con to left and right using mouse controls. Okay, so we're gonna try to color inside a triangle. Color the shapes triangle. This uses mouse controls and it's a speed-based mini game. By this point, you guys know how I feel about the speed-based mini games. Fill in the marked area quickly. Okay. Fill. I kind of want to use my... Like, this sounds so miserable on the desk. Like, it's a sound I can't handle. I missed the stamp thing. I definitely missed the stamp thing. Alright, let's try one more time. I'm gonna try it with my leg. Just because Nintendo was like, oh, you can just use your leg instead of the... well, it doesn't work on the leg. They lied. Oh yeah. It's okay. We got a medal. Looks like part 2 is ready. Oh, we'll do this. Continue practicing, my dear. It will only improve your coloring skills. Will you be carrying on? No, I will not. I like to see what I missed though. I mean, I assume it's maybe something down here. I don't. Sometimes it comes down to the camera angle for you to be able to see the stuff, but there's no stamps down here. We'll keep going. I know there's definitely stamps for the buttons. We have 9 stamps that we must collect. Oh, there's probably a downstairs area where the other ones are. Yep. And of course, there's a further downstairs. Up button, left button, right button. Side A. This is the minus button. They debated me in the last one. They made it seem like that was it. But it seems like there's more. Alright. Are different control sticks than the past? And what exactly were past control sticks like? This looks like there's very few. Oh, there's 4. Easier to use sticks. The Joy-Con 2 control sticks have changed a lot from the Joy-Con control sticks on the Switch 1. They're bigger and easier to place your fingers on. You can also move them a little wider. Alright, oops. Ah, I moved them too far. The control sticks are a little easier to press in. Okay, multiple efforts were made to make them easier to use. Okay. They're nice and smooth. Smooth control stick movements. Joy-Con 2 control sticks have been given some attention. We wanted the controls to feel nice and comfortable. To that end, we made sure that they move smoothly and don't feel like they're snagging. That is true, they feel like they're like inside of gel of some sort. They also snap back to the center, that is also true. It makes sense once you compare it to the control sticks of the Nintendo Switch 1. Yeah, they're a little bit more rigid. Yeah, what about the drift, right? How do control sticks work? At the bottom of each control stick, there's a part that touches the spot where electricity flows. So when the stick is tilted, the part that touches this spot moves depending on the degree of the tilt. When the part is touching this spot moves, the strength of the electrical flow changes. The computer detects this to know how much the control stick is being tilted. This mechanism can detect even the slightest of movements, which allows for a very precise control. That is neat. Nintendo and control sticks. For decades now, Nintendo controllers have had control sticks. The first Nintendo controller to feature a control stick was the Nintendo 64 controller from way back in 1996. And then came the Nintendo GameCube controller, which had both a control stick and a dedicated C stick. The Nunchuck on the Wii had a control stick, while the Classic controller and Classic Pro controller, also for Wii, both had L and R sticks. The Wii U Gamepad and the Wii U Pro controller had L and R sticks, along with the Joy-Con and Nintendo Switch Pro controller. How many of those controllers did you recognize? We've been reshaping and improving controllers as time goes on. Nintendo uses sticks, got it. I hope that information sticks around with me for the actual quiz. Insights quiz. Questions for... Question number 1. In what way have the Joy-Con 2 controller sticks changed compared to the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con control sticks? They're bigger, they're smaller, they now have pointy tips, they're fluffier? don't think this was... I don't think this was... Well, I'm glad I have a Nintendo Switch on hand. What did I do? What did I do? I pushed the button. They're bigger. I have to look on my actual Nintendo, like the old one. What feature has been added to the Nintendo Joy-Con 2 control sticks to make them easier to use? Music plays when you move them. They emit a nice... They smell like plastic. They snap back to the center. They're made of silky material. They feel like they're made of silky material. The strength of what changes when you move the Joy-Con? Your grip, the plastic, the electrical flow. The enemy characters become stronger when you move the Joy-Con control stick. The electrical flow. Which of the following Nintendo consoles does not include their own control sticks? Ah, dang it. I think it's the SNES. Because they were like, the 64 had one of those. I would have liked the visuals this time, but I guess the visuals would have given it away. Yay, you got a perfect score. Very impressive. We now know how the control sticks work. And since we don't see any other stamps, the only place to go is down. Further into the Switch 2 Joy-Cons. Where's this go? Next year I need to go back to the console. Oh. Oh, she knows. She knows where she needs to go. This is the battery. Okay. There's gotta be another stamp around here, right? Yeah, there's the stamp. HD Rumble. I don't have enough to experience the HD Rumble. I haven't been playing the mini games enough. Dang it. It's okay. It's okay. We got 2 quizzes we can do. There's a lost hat we can deliver. And there's one more stamp. We also can't do this mini game because I haven't been doing. I don't like how the mini games are locked behind other mini games. Like, come on, let us enjoy this. Okay, it's quiz time. Let's see. Do you know how the buttons work on the Joy-Con 2 controller? What about the screws hidden inside the controller? You know about them, right? There's screws in the controller? Oh no. Okay, surely there's a stamp for this stuff, right? No, there's no stamp for this stuff. Okay, let's learn. Easy to press buttons. Joy-Con 2 controllers S and SL button are much larger. Yes, I actually enjoy this because the ones on the Switch 1 were not convenient to use at all. As a matter of fact, the ABXY buttons and directional buttons are also bigger too. Oh, this makes them all easier to use. The buttons are larger. We made buttons big. Peak gameplay, right? How the button works underneath the Joy-Con 2 buttons is a dome-shaped piece of metal, and beneath that, an incomplete circuit. When you press the dome bends down, and the dome touches the circuit and completes it, and that sends the signal. Computer catches this and knows which button has been pressed. All told, it's a pretty simple mechanism. See, this is the engineering part that I find actually cool and interesting though. Hidden screws. Oh no. How are they gonna screw up this Joy-Con? How does the Joy-Con 2 stay together? It's held tight with a number of screws. There are 4 in total. Can you tell where they are? There's like 2 on the actual like side. And then the other 2 must be inside somewhere. Because there's 2 on the inside that snaps in, so you can't really see them most of the time. Try to find them. How'd you do? 2 screws are on the... Yes! I did it, gamers! I figured it out. But on the other side, no screws are visible at first glance. You tell me there's screws on this side somewhere? Oh, it's because they're hidden by a lid. By the salami lid. The salami lid keeps them hid. Thanks to this, the screws and their surroundings are less likely to get dirty. It also makes the screws less noticeable and prevents them from being touched during play. Nice. You can take the quiz now. Alright. Insights quiz. Joy-Con 2 controllers, volume 2. Joy-Con LNSR buttons have changed. They are bigger. They have been removed. They are softer. They're no longer there. Now they're bigger. Question number 2. The dome-shaped part underneath each of the buttons on the Joy-Con 2 controllers is made out of what? Concrete, of course. It's made out of metal so it can complete the circuit. 2 of the outer screws are kept on the Joy-Con 2 controller visible, but more are hidden. How many other screws are there in total? 4. Which is a surprisingly small amount of screws, but you don't need the extras, you don't need the extras. You wipe the floor with that quiz. Knowledge is out of this world. Thank you. You know what I lack knowledge of? Where the last stamp is. I like that knowledge. Alright, let's take the other quiz. You can learn about the Joy-Con magnetic connectors. A little bit more about magnetic circuits too. Yo. So electrical engineering? Mechanical? I don't know what kind of engineering this is. Moving connectors. One way the Nintendo Switch 2 console and Joy-Con 2 controllers are linked is via connectors. These connectors can't slide much. Potato explosion. Thank you, Hyperbra. I appreciate the exploding potato. Connectors don't slide around much. They're designed to move only very slightly. No, this video is purely for reference. Don't try to wiggle them. Please do not wiggle. Don't try to wiggle. Even if the controllers are not perfectly lined up when you attach them, the connectors will do the rest of the work. Their positions should line up perfectly. A strong magnetic circuit. The Joy-Con 2 controllers are attached firmly to the console. Why is this? Oh, it's not just because the magnets are very strong. The console R and SR button form a strong magnetic circuit. To create this strong circuit, we simulated lots of different combinations and positions. Out of those, we selected the magnetic circuit that resulted in the strongest possible configuration. In this case, it makes the circuit less likely to cause issues. This means it won't interfere with other magnetic parts. Cool. By the way, the last stamp is on the first floor. Okay, thank you. We'll go find it right after this then. Do you know which part it is that I'm missing? Release buttons are used to detach the Joy-Con 2 controllers from the console. We made it so that you can easily detach them with little force. When you press the release button, a small rod juts out of the controller. The rod pushes against the main body of the console. You shouldn't need to press the button very hard to reach this point, but you do have to exert some force, just a little bit. Using the principle of leverage, it pushes against the console with over twice the usual force. The magnets that attach the controllers to the console are strong, yes, but if they're separated by even a short distance, they become very weak. When the rod pushes against the console, the controller moves away just a little, and this makes it easy to detach. Also, the direction in which you press the release button is the same direction that you pull to detach. The detail makes it even easier to remove. Nice. Yeah, I saw it, but you were running so it appeared and disappeared. Ah, okay. Gotcha. It's time for a quiz. Shouldn't be a problem for you. I hope not. Insights quiz. Magnetic connectors. Volume 3. We use a lot of magnets on this. The connectors used to attach the Switch 2 controllers to the Switch 2 console have been designed to ease the process, but in what way? They have eyes. They speak to each other. They can move a little, but don't you dare try to jiggle them, because you will probably break it. What is it that makes the Joy-Con 2 SNL buttons attached so firmly? Electromagnets, a strong magnetic circuit. They should have had more fun here. When you press the release button, how much force does the rod that pushes? About twice. About twice. Done. You're done? Yay. Cool. No mistakes. Oh, the lady's back. She back. What's she gonna say this time? Go play this minigame? Well, you certainly are a diligent one. You've read so many of our insights. I've read all the insights too, but some of the quizzes were a challenge. But it looks like you've been breezing through it all. I'm impressed. Thank you. Wait, does this mean we're done? She made it sound like we've read all the insights. Okay. So you said you saw it pop up somewhere, but I was running. I was running like this. It popped up somewhere. We're just gonna have to like very slowly run around and hope it pops up again. I mean, there's the buttons, right? Unless it's in the middle? I don't see it in the middle. Wait, back at the other end. I mean, like at the start over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. You're right. Joy-Con 2 chip back. Okay, isn't this whole area of the Joy-Con 2 chip back? Whatever. Wait, there's another area? No, I thought it was done. I thought it was free gamers. I thought we finished the welcome tour. But the tour keeps on giving. It continues. It continues to welcome us with open hands and telling me my TV sucks over and over again and requiring a gajillion medals just to play a mini game. But it's okay. It's okay. Last push. Is it the last push? I'm wondering now. Is it the last push, or is there even more after this? I'm also wondering what happens when we complete all the lost and found stuff. Okay, how do I get back to the other side? Okay, there's the bridge. There's the bridge. You know, the welcome tour never ends. Welcome to the Nintendo Switch here. You're stuck now. This is your life. You live in museum. Come on, okay. Alright, area I. Surely there's no more areas after it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Is there J? Is there an area J? That's the real question. J for Joy-Con. Oh no, there's no way they're gonna do an area J. The next area has 4 elevators. It's easy to get lost. It's easy to get lost here. What's this thing to the right? There's other things. There's other things around here. No, it is much larger than I expected. Okay, this is gonna be one of those mouse mini games where it's like shoot the balloons with the mouse as fast as possible. Isn't it? Isn't it? Hello, Ultra. Hope you're doing good. I have honestly no idea. I'm just assuming, right? Alright. It requires stick controls. Okay. 10 balloons left. This is like the intro to Splatoon. Pop the balloons. 3, 2, 1. Bro. Come on. What is Octo expansion? Ay, gamers. I got this. Balloons left. 2. I don't... Is it right above me? It's behind me, isn't it? Where is... I mean, it says 2 balloons left, but I don't see no balloons. Are they gonna pop up from right here? I see a reflection of one. Oh, I can move this. I could have moved this whole time. I thought I was stuck in one spot. Okay, we get no medals for this. We get 0 medals. It's okay. It's okay. We just want the stamps. We're here for the stamps. We don't care about the medals. Yay. Nintendo Switch 2 logo. Wow. Wow. Okay, there's 11 of these. Oh, there's no stamp for it? Okay, there's the stamp for it. Clear LED left. Let's do the quiz, I suppose? There's so many options for what to do here that I'm like a little overwhelmed. This is the player LED right? Come on. Yes. Player LED right. How's the inside of the NS2 looking? Very green. I think we do the quiz and then we'll move on to the other areas. You can learn about the Joy-Con grip here. We'll cover its shape, how it can stand upright, and more. Yay, more! I love more. Give me. Easy attach and detach from the grip. It comes attaching and detaching the Joy-Cons is easy. They contain magnets. You can simply hold them up to the sides and they'll attach by themselves. The release lets you detach each of the controllers with ease. For example, if you're playing alone with the grip but you want to add a second player, you can detach right away. Okay, nice. Joy-Con 2 controllers are bigger than the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con controllers. This also means the grip is larger. However, simply making it bigger would make it harder to hold, yes. So the ends of the grip have been made thinner and easier to grasp. The Nintendo Switch 2, tall and skinny. That's basically... Joy-Con 2 grip can't stand up. The grip can stand, so it doesn't take up too much space when it's time to put it away. It also stands when you put it on the desk, which is nice. There are two protrusions on the underside measuring approximately 2 millimeters each. These protrusions act as tiny feet. Oh my gosh, there are feet. What is up with the feet? Why so many feet mentions? It's a subtle detail, but this is what helps keep it propped up. Looks like you've read all those insides. How studious of you. Well, thank you. I'm learning a lot about the Nintendo Switch 2's feet here. You can guess what's coming next. It's a quiz. Yep, it's quiz time, gamers. Nintendo knows their audience, I guess, right? Like, come on, Nintendo, calm down. Which of the following is used to attach them? Glue, an electric current, the power of love. I wish. Magnetic current. And if you hate the Switch, the Joy-Cons just don't attach. It grows or shrinks to match the size of your hands. Bumps have been applied. The parts you hold have been thinned out. Yep. Question number 3. What is the benefit of the Joy-Con 2 grip being able to stand up? You can store it without taking too much space. Yeah, it gives you courage. Yes, that too. But you can store it without taking much space. I'm liking how space considerate the Switch 2 is. Because they're like, yeah, we got all these extras, but like we're gonna make it not take up too much space, because we know not everyone just has like room to sprawl out there. Oh, looks like we have another quiz on this floor. I thought it was done, but we're gonna keep on going. Hello, Octo Sushi. Joy-Con 2 charging grip has its own connectors. In fact, it has GR and GL buttons too. What? What do you mean GR and GL but what? They're making stuff up? Charging grip. Joy-Con 2 charging grip sold separate. Oh, I don't have this. This is something else. As a key difference from the actual grip. This includes a USB-C connector that you can connect to the, so you can charge while playing, but that's not all. When the Joy-Con 2 charging grip is connected to the dock of the Switch 2 console with a USB cable, it connects to the console via wired communication. Okay. Why is it sold separately then? This feels like that should have been the base. Joy-Con 2 charging grip isn't just for charging the controllers. Like the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller, it includes the good luck and good riddance buttons. The good luck, good riddance. You can use your middle or ring fingers to press them. No, the red and blue controller need to love each other very much. That is true. Have I tested the cartridges yet? I have not tasted, because the only game I have that Switch 2 is digital. And I'm not interested in any of the other launch titles. So I probably won't get to taste it until the Splatoon Raiders comes out. So it became a wireless to wired controller. Yeah, pretty much. These two buttons are completely separate from the other buttons. Off the bat, nothing will happen when you press either of them, but you can assign different buttons to them in any configuration you like. For example, if you find yourself using the minus button a lot, you can assign it to the GL button. And if by pressing the right stick is too much of a hassle... So this is what Vic was talking about, where you can like map your Splatoon special button to one of these so that you don't have to push the stick, you can just push one of those. So you can pay for the ability to charge your Joy-Cons, have them be actually a wired connection, which means less latency, and then also attach 2 extra buttons This seems like a pay-to-win feature right here. Why was this not the base? This should have been the base. In this case, just assign the B and GR button. Press the home button to access quick maps from the buttons there. Button mapping settings are per game. You can tailor the settings to your liking for any game you want. The good luck, good riddance buttons also have been carefully designed. They should be comfortable to press no matter your hand size. We've taken the button's positions, relative height, and size into account. This means they won't get in the way if you don't need them, but they'll be easy to press if you do. This welcome tour feels like more like advertising or sold separately things that actually should have been included. Realistically. What can the Joy-Con 2 charging group do other than charge the Joy-Con 2? Charge the console, charge a mobile phone, allow for mouse controls, use wired communications. I'm buying physical so I can still use my very old but very useful bugged Switch. Yeah. Joy-Con 2 charging group includes good luck, good riddance button. What are used for? They start or stop charging. They can map other buttons to them however you like. Done. Oh, that was a short quiz. Results. Check. Perfect score. Excellent. Not a single problem. This certifies you as a grip expert. I mean, this game has been very gripping. I do say so myself. There is an Area J. Ah! Internally dying. Why is there an Area J? Why is this tour never ends, gamers? This just keeps going forever. It's just a never-ending tour. There is in fact an Area J. I thought it would not be a thing, but I said it jokingly. But there is in fact Area J. Is there an Area K? Magnetic controller left. I see that's definitely J this way. I've randomly decided to give me free DLCs for Scarlet and Violet for one day. Oh, that's nice. Just for one day though? That's kind of not nice. That's not enough time to experience them. Someone lost their maracas. Alright, there's telescope that we can't use. I'm just searching for stamps. Just in case. Oh, there's a stamp. Rubber cap lower left. Then surely the other rubber cap is also a stamp. Although I felt like it didn't appear. Okay, rubber cap. And then we go back up. This seems to be a one-way thing. Bob Dylan's Never Ending Hour. Alright, down the stairs we go. I feel like there's something I missed somewhere again, but we'll see. Let's see, upper cap. Paint scraper. This is where we kill Splatoon, but we can't play it because we don't have enough medals. So it's just like, I guess, grind the other mini games if you want to play these other mini games. For some reason, even though there's literally no need for you to master the other games. There's an Area K as well. Oh my gosh. I thought we were gonna be done. I thought we were so close to being done, but there's an Area J and an Area K. It literally doesn't stop. It just doesn't. It just keeps going. I don't know where the other stamps are. Time to speedrun. I know, right? And I'm missing 2 stamps. Where? What am I missing? I don't know what I could be missing here. I mean, there's the feet at the bottom. That's probably what I'm missing. We gotta go get the feet. I don't know how much Nintendo loved their feet. Feet gamers. Alright, there's the... Oh my gosh, it is the feet. It is the feet. I hate this so much. 2 separate feet. 2. Ah. Okay, well, we're done with the... Oh, there's a steering wheel? And then there's the Pro Controller. All of these are sold separate. Like, the late game for this is just all this other things that probably should have come with the console, but are sold separate. Are you 100%ing this game? No. Because it would take me several hundred extra dollars of buying auxiliary equipment that's not sold with the console. So I can't. Unless I spend like another $100 to $200. This is more than a $10 tech demo. This is a $10 advertisement. I've been sold an advertisement, gamers. They just want me to buy more stuff. And they didn't even make the Nintendo TV. Hey. All done with Area J? Go to the other side. This was useless. You're useless, lady. $90 for a camera is insane. It's $90 for that camera? I can buy like a $10 webcam from Amazon. I think. At least mentally, I think I should be able to buy a $10 webcam from Amazon. This has 23 stamps. 23. Holy, that's a lot of stamps. Alright, we're speedrunning the stamp collection. I'm gonna miss stuff, so I hope you gamers got me covered with the stuff I do miss. I don't even think I can play any of the mini games here either. Yeah, it's like 29. Oh, this is the good luck button. What are your thoughts on Splatoon Raiders? I'm excited. I mean, they didn't really show us any gameplay feature, but it looks like a roguelike to me. Just based on like the general home area they showed us and the little submarine looking thing. It looked like it would be a roguelike. And more lore. I love the lore. I'd stop whenever you see one. Yeah, like I mean, there's a little bit of stream delay, so you probably say stop a little bit too late, but like you just gotta let me know where it showed up relatively. Alright, L button. The L button, there's the minus button, probably. But we'll come back to that. Yeah, let's get the minus button before I forget. Minus button. I do want to at least do the quizzes. Because yeah, there's this stuff, but like I can't even play it because I don't have the Pro Controller. Greetings, are you familiar with Good Luck, Good Riddance? You have to, if you want to play this mini game, you have to buy one of these other... I hate this. I hate this so much. I paid $10. I can't even play half of this tech demo. This should have been free. Nintendo. No. Or it should have been like, oh, I see you have these other things. We'll let you, experience them and give you maybe a discount code or something. No, they're just like, sucks to suck. Buy this other stuff. I know that's not mentally what they're saying, but like that's how it comes off. Because then it's like, oh, I want to experience all the things, because this is the tech demo, is the cool thing. I want to experience it all. But then I can't. Ay. Sorry for the mini rant, but it's true. You gotta be an honest review here, right? I'm not sponsored by Nintendo. And this just takes me back to Area I. I bet there's 2 stamps on the heckin' right stick because it's the amiibo stick. That's where you scan the amiibos, right? So if I go back to the right stick, there should be another. No, it's in the middle sometimes, right? Amiibo scanner. Amiibo scanner. Where is the amiibo scanner? Home button. Oh. I already know that's what we're gonna be missing. I just don't know where it's gonna pop up. I mean, there is one down here for sure, right? Alright, can someone tell me where the amiibo scanner is on the Pro Controller for the Switch 2? Because that is what I'm missing, and I have no idea where to look for it. Because I thought maybe the right stick. Because that's what they did for the Joy-Cons. Maybe it's like on the back of the right stick? No, it's not showing up at all. Amiibo scanner. I think for the old Pro Controller though, it was in the middle. Which is like this area, but there's nothing popping up here. Nintendo Switch 2 logo. Did they put it on the left stick this time, maybe? No. Yeah, this is wild. It's like if you don't have the Pro Controller, how are you even supposed to know to look for this? Interested in the good luck, good riddance buttons? Welcome back, sus. Or maybe, nearest. Okay, let's learn. Let's learn about this Pro Controller. And then they're gonna do quiz part 2 on the other side, aren't they? A new design. Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller, and here it is next to the previous one. It would have been easy to just take the Switch 2 controller and add a few more buttons, but in fact the new Pro Controller has been completely redesigned from the ground up. A lot has changed. Ooh. Game chat made easy. If you're interested in using game chat, the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller makes it easy to use. For one, you can bring up the menu straight away with the C button, and there's an audio jack. Oh, that's probably what I'm missing. Connects to the audio device with a pair of headphones. Helps game chat even when you're far from the system. Can pick up voices, but if you speak close to the microphone that's plugged into the audio jack, your own voice will be heard more clearly. This isn't just helpful for game chat either. If you don't want the game audio to come from the TV, you can always listen to it with headphones instead. Is it the headphone jack I'm missing? Now I gotta go back to the bottom and see if that is what I am missing. Yep, that is actually what I was missing. It wasn't the amiibo slot. It wasn't the amiibo slot this time. And then this opens up Area K, and surely Area K is the last area, right? Surely there's not even more accessories, right? H-I-J-K-L, there's no L, right? Nintendo's not gonna take the L, right? Good luck, good riddance buttons. They're meant to be pressed with your middle or ring fingers. They're different from the other buttons, and it's nothing happens when you press them. You can map. Okay, we've already read this description before. There's just this literally the description from the previous. Which I don't like it when they're just reusing this thing. But I have to button mash through it so that it counts as me having read it. Get ready for the new Nintendo Switch accessory hair clip, right? Let's take a look at the buttons on the Pro Controller. They've been updated since the Switch 1. Plus and minus button have a different feel to them. We also added a capture button and a home button to be easier to recognize. And you should now be able to input directions on the plus pad, the D-pad, I forget what this is called, with more precision. Additionally, A, B, X, Y are now bigger. This makes them easier to press. The interesting thing about these buttons is that they're always stuck out at the different heights. The heights are adjusted to account for how your fingers move. With the enlarged A, X, and Y buttons, your fingers will move a little differently. So we made a lot of buttons of differing heights in increments of 0.05 millimeters. Of course, we picked the heights that we felt would best fit. Okay. Wired communication. You can just use the cable instead of Bluetooth. Wired communication gives you direct signal, so you have less latency, connects slightly faster. Wired connection between the Switch and its Pro Controller. Another way to say this is that the Switch 2 Pro Controller has lower latency. By the way, you can also connect it directly to the Switch 2 console via USB. Nice. Nice. Okay. Alright, let's take this quiz. Volume 1. Question 1. How much does the Switch 2 Pro controller differ? It's designed from scratch, yes. It looks similar, but it's new from scratch. What can you connect here? Joy-Con 2 strap, a TV or camera. I can connect my TV to the Pro controller. There's a microphone. You can connect the microphone. Question number 3. What are the good bands? Where are they located? On the back of the parts you hold. They don't exist. They don't exist for me, because I didn't buy this stuff. The heights of the 0.05 millimeters. I don't. So they're all slightly off. What must you do to enable wired communication for the Switch 2 Pro controller? Eat a bagel. Thanks for making me hungry, Nintendo. Connect it to the USB cable. All done. And now they're gonna hit us with part 2, aren't they? There's gonna be a part 2. There's definitely... Okay. Wait. Nah, there's definitely a part 2, right? Yep, there it is. I guess there's a sequel. Interesting. Who would have seen this coming? With this nice little layout we left with a perfect area for part 2. Get some pretty smooth gliding sticks. It also has seamless grips. Pretty cool stuff. I'm actually not that interested because I don't have this. But I'm a nerd, so I'll learn about it. Eat a bagel when the magic happens. Exactly. In terms of weight, Switch 2 Pro controller is a little bit lighter. See, they've made everything lighter this generation. It's easier and has been made thinner. Thinner and lighter. That's been the theme with this. Is to give you room to rest your middle and ring fingers where you're holding the controller. It's easier to hold in general. Nice. Smooth gliding sticks. The control sticks on the Pro controller, could refer to them as smooth gliding sticks. That's because they're designed not to feel sticky or like they're snagging on anything. Also, there shouldn't be any noise when you tilt them all the way. For reference, this is the Switch 1 Pro controller. When you tilt it all the way, it makes this noise. I don't know how the Switch 2 Pro controller sounds because I don't have one. I mean, the Joy-Cons make a noise, but I guess maybe it's quieter? Instead, they stop at a certain point that you can't see from the outside, and at that point of contact, we've placed a soft sheet. This gently cushions the area and makes it quieter. All of this helps them glide pretty smoothly. Nice. Seamless grips. Even the Switch 2 Pro controller grips were given some consideration. You may notice that the grips are seamless. We made sure that there are no grooves in places that your hands might easily touch. This prevents dirt or grime from building up in the cracks. Plus, it feels nice to hold. To tell the truth, it was incredibly difficult to make such a complex controller shape out of plastic, especially one without any grooves. It took a lot of finessing, but we made it work. Who's texting me right now? Cool. Seamless grip, no cracks or grooves. Inspired by the Nintendo Switch GameCube. Wait, there's no Switch part, there's just GameCube. One thing about the grip of the Nintendo 2 Pro controller is that its design differs slightly from the Switch counterpart. We took some inspiration from the GameCube controller grip and thinned out where you hold it. Why? Because it gives your middle and ring fingers some space to rest. The controller is now easier to hold. Cool. $10 for a demo is truly insane. This is not only a demo, this is an ad for all the accessories you didn't buy. Now I can give you a quiz based on these insights, which I'm not enjoying. I'm not enjoying the fact that they're like, oh, here's all these other things sold separately that probably cost up to $200 together that you have to buy if you want to play the rest of these mini games in here. In what way has the Nintendo Switch controller been modified to make it easier to hold? It comes with special gloves, straps have been added. The center is made thinner. It's thinner. It's skinny. The whole thing is skinnier. Which of the following is a way you could refer to the Nintendo Switch Pro controller? Smooth gliding sticks. They're veggie sticks, actually. They're made of vegetables. They're made of carrots. That's how they don't drift anymore. Carrots don't drift, gamers. What's been removed from the places? The grooves. There ain't no grooves here. The grips on the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller were inspired by the design of GameCube. So now you're paying $10 to not only learn about the console, but also bombarded with ads. I mean, it's indirect ads, but it's like, oh, here's the camera. Here's how our camera works. Here's the Pro controller. You don't have that. Here's the charging grip, sold separately. Here's the wheel, so you can play Mario Kart World. You didn't buy the wheel, did you? Well, we have a wheel. You should go buy it. Met a lot of visitors here, but you really are a rarity. Okay, so we're finished with this area. I also don't like how when you get the bottom, it doesn't let you go all the way back up top. So when I want to deliver this one hat, I have to like scroll all the way to the lost and found. This should be a free thing. Something that automatically comes. Yeah, I agree. This should have been free. I've said this a couple times like throughout the stream, but like the only people who would genuinely enjoy this are people who like going to museums. Because this does feel like a museum. And I mean, if you would pay $10 to go into a museum, you could pay $10 for this and it wouldn't feel like a ripoff. But everyone else, probably not your kind of thing. Alright, Area K. And hopefully this is the last area. I'm really hopeful that this is the last area and Nintendo doesn't give me Area L somewhere. I think they're out of stuff. How'd you get your PNG? Spuddy drew it. And then a friend, like, rigged it so that it moves. Area K up ahead has been described as round and hilly. Just an FYI. Thank you. Why did they charge you money for the tech demo? I have no idea. I think it's because they spent a lot of time putting it together. That was their excuse, at least. They're like, people spend time working on this, so we're gonna charge money. But I'm like, people spend time working on anything. I don't know. Hi, I'm Spuddy, yeah. I don't know, Spuddy, how'd you make the art? Oh, I'm really feeling it. Really feeling it, gamers. Hopefully this is the last area. Area K. Area can we be done? Okay, minigame. Looks like you bought 5 medals. Let's revisit the driving course. Did they put CarQuest in here? It's a minigame about driving a car. Let's see if it lets me play it without the wheel. Let's see. Will it let me play? It does let me play it without the wheel. Okay. That's good. Oh, this is a mouse game. Why is there a mouse game in them? Whoa. Okay. Alright. Alright. Hold on. Let me strap in. This is interesting. Reach the goal using the two-wheeled stuns. Oh. I can move the car. Wait, this gives so much opportunity for CarQuest 2 to happen. I'm using tilt controls. I mean, like, they do have these... Yeah, this does feel like Subway Surfers, but it's like with a mouse. Oh, my car died. It's okay, CarQuest, there's no death. This is wild. I missed the boost. It's okay. Guitar Hero X car, right? At least I got a medal. I haven't gotten a medal in a long time. Is there a white Switch too, or just the black one? I think it's just the black one, just the base model for now. That was a silly minigame. Oh, looks like part 2 is out. You need 32 medals to play part 2. I don't want to go for another spin. I might get a Switch too because I really enjoy Nintendo stuff. Speaking of which, did you visit Super Nintendo World? I have not visited Super Nintendo World. I don't even know what state it's in, but it's not in the state I'm in. And traveling in the States is very expensive, so no. Maybe if I do like a Japan trip eventually at some point, because you know that's the thing everyone does, a trip to Japan. They do have it's Orlando. I can go to Orlando. It's kind of far, but I could go. So yes, the original game cards do work. In fact, some Switch 2 game cards will work on the first Switch. It just depends. What is the guy doing up there? It depends on like the grove and the number on the cartridge. Whee! Okay, so there should be a, there we go, player LED. Real question is, what am I missing stamp wise? So basically one big downside to this game is that you need to collect all of the stamps to go to the next area. Which becomes a little bit difficult when you don't have the hardware to look at it and be like, ah, there's a thing here. It's more like a giant theme park, realistically. You can like spin around, but I don't think there's anything down here. Oh, what's that blue thing? What is that blue thing, gamers? That looks like another... That looks like part L. Alright. We're missing two things. They're probably at the top somewhere, because this is a wheel. So there's gotta be something at the top of the wheel. And it's not the plus or minus buttons, and we can't do this demo. The demo wheel. Okay, surely. Do this? What is this? Just an indent. What am I missing? There's two stamps somewhere on this thing that I feel like it's where those guys are staring down. Later area M likely. It must be over here, right? Because this is the only area I haven't looked at. This thing. It should be this thing, right? There's a button. There's a button there. Will you marry me? What? Will you marry me? Oh, I get it, because it's a ring. It's a wheel. It must be those buttons down there. Do we take the quiz? Let me go downstairs first. Where do I get a Nintendo Switch? I don't see them on Amazon. I think they said that they've all sold out. But there's no stamp for it. The heck? There's two stamps I'm missing somewhere. Where would I be missing this? It's the button, the L and R buttons. Right? I think they said they sold out, but like, I think if you walk into a store, they might have like a physical. Like go to like Walmart or Best Buy or something. I think there's buttons down here, right? That's what I'm missing. These buttons. L and R button? There's no... See the buttons, but there's no stamp popping up for them. Maybe it's on the other side. Oh, there's the... So unnaturally hidden. Area M, money. Give us your money. Alright, we've unlocked everything in Area K, so if there's an Area L, it's gonna pop up now. There is an Area L! No, Nintendo! Nintendo, why? Why are you like this? Why do I want to even take this? I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her. I'll do it. Is there another quiz? There is an Area L. Strong magnetic pull. We've already learned half of these. Joy-Con wheel pulls Joy-Con internal magnets closer to the thing sticking, the stronger the pull. If you want to be difficult to detach with the wheel, you made plastic around the magnets quite thin. This is literally from the previous ones. Okay, 0.3 millimeters. Magnets rotate. Okay. Attach magnetically. The magnets stick on the SNL button and controllers, and when SNL are pressed, the buttons Joy-Con inside the wheel will press too, but having the press down normally wasn't enough. You move the magnets, Joy-Con moves along with them. This can result in the buttons not getting pressed as intended. If Iron L buttons are pressed with something like a rod. The Joy-Con 2 controller will come off the magnet. So what did we do? We made the magnets rotate. At the axis, the point's Joy-Con 2 is still stuck on the magnet and doesn't move. But they're being pressed where the magnets rotate. Cool. This would be nice if I had the accessory. To make sure Joy-Con 2 controllers can be inserted into the Joy-Con wheel, let me make sure my dad's not home. He is bringing lunch. So I only have like 10 more minutes of stream left before I gotta go. And this might be my last stream for the next 2 months. So we'll see. I might try to stream next week if I can set everything up in Europe. If not, I'll take a 2-month break from streaming and then I'll be back end of August. Make sure Joy-Con 2 controllers can be inserted. We added a gap. However, simply including a gap would cause the Joy-Con to become dislodged when the control stick is tilted. So what did we do? Well, we needed a solution that wouldn't get in the way of the Joy-Con 2 being attached. There's a rubber attached here. It may look like the control stick will bump into it when tilted down, but it's positioned to hold it in place. Thanks to this, it can be securely attached and won't accidentally detach. Okay. Easily attach and detach from the wheel. Attaching and detaching is easy. When you're using the switch wheel, you push in and it can be pulled out to remove. Whoa. For the Joy-Con 2 wheel, magnets allow it to be easily clicked into place or smoothly removed. Wait, don't you have to push a button to remove it like for everything else? Time for a quiz. Alright. Let's see if we can ace this quiz. Joy-Con 2 wheel. Question number 1. What is it attached with? Magnets. Strong conviction. Yeah. What helps the controller stick? Good vibes. A gap is added just below the controller. There's no suction cups, right? What happens when you press it? They eject, they grow, they rotate. The magnets rotate. Question number 4. How thick is it? I can 0.3 millimeters. Alright, and hopefully there is no quiz 2 so we can go to the next area, because I'm curious what this dang area L is. What else could there possibly be? Nope, there's definitely another quiz. We're skipping this quiz. We're skipping it. I don't even have this wheel, so I don't care about it. We're going to the next area. I genuinely don't care about the wheel. I'm sorry, gamers. I'm sorry. I don't. I just want to see what area L is. It's probably the last area. Nintendo taking the L right here with this. You can go on through. It's a home stretch. Okay. This means this is the last one. This means it's the last one, right? They said home stretch. This must mean there's no more after this. There's nothing here. There's nothing. Oh. This is gonna take us inside of the Switch, isn't it? The final area, the final boss, is the insides of the Switch 2 itself. It would appear. Well, well, well. We've made it to area L. I don't know what to say. I'm just tired. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore, gamers. There's so many stamps to collect. This is what the inside of the Switch looks like. I mean, if you're curious. Wait, this is just area 0, isn't it? There's a lot of screws. There's a lot of random things. There's side B, I guess. There's the fan. There's 0 stamps popping up. despite the fact that there's 18 stamps in this area. And I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned. But this will teach you about the insides of the Switch, I suppose. I won't have time to do any of these. So I'm just kind of walking around, but I go into the fan and get shredded. So what I think I'll do is, if I can stream next week, I'll stream the rest of this so we can finish the game. And if not, I just won't. Warning, don't throw away the camera. I mean the battery. I guess we can see the specifics of the battery here, which is nice. And where's the stamp for it? There's no stamp. Yeah, this is how Sada made the time machine. There's the wireless antenna. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to learn here. And this is the final stretch. So I think we gotta give it proper attention if I can stream it. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Jump off the side. I can't. This is it. I'm inside the Switch. There's no jumping off. There's nowhere to jump off into. I just fall into the casing, I suppose. There's the heatsink. Where the heatsink's in. But yeah, for now, this has been Welcome Tour. Thank you, gamers, for... I'm getting on a plane in a week, and I'm a little scared, I'll be honest. I'm a little scared to get on a plane. I should be fine. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. There's hundreds of planes flying every day. They're totally fine. Nothing bad will happen. I'll be okay. No need to be anxious. But, you know, in light of recent news, it's a little scary to get on planes lately. But hopefully everything will be okay. And if I do get the opportunity to stream while in Europe, I will more than gladly continue streaming. It'll probably be shorter streams, but around this time of day. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But if not, thank you guys for hanging out on the Friday streams. I know it's a bit of a weird time for people. It's kind of late night for people in Australia and Asia. It's like early morning for the US folk. It's like middle of the day for the Europeans. So, not the best of time, but thank you for being here regardless and having a good time with me. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of just yapping. I don't want to end the stream, but I'm gonna have to end the stream because lunch is coming soon, and I'm getting hungry. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something new about the Switch too. Hopefully you don't waste your money on this game like I did, unless you really like museums, in which case you won't think this is a waste. You think it was a good purchase. But otherwise, thank you for the stream. Hope you have a good time. Thank you. I'll be editing season 3 the whole time I'm there, so hopefully you won't have to wait too much longer for the next set of episodes. I'm currently waiting on one more voice actor to get me their lines for episode 1. And then the rest is all up to me to edit. So, gonna hopefully be seeing the new episode soon. There's more, isn't there? Did you get all the stamps in area N? So you can go in the inner console. There is another area. There is, in fact, more than area L. There is, in fact. It just keeps going. I thought this was gonna be the last area, but I was wrong. I was wrong. There is a lot more to this Welcome Tour. It's the tour that never ends. So perhaps we'll get to the end next week if I can stream it. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, let me stop stretching this further, or should I just keep stretching it indefinitely until I hear my dad coming home and then be like, alright, camera's time to go, bye! We can walk on that strip. I kind of want to go walk on it. I'm stretching this way too long, aren't I? How do I get down there? I see that there's a hat, but it won't let me get down there. There's a secret entry somehow. I gotta go pick up the hat, we gotta give it to the lost and found, otherwise people gonna be lost. Go lunch, get lunch. I mean, lunch is gonna be delivered, I suppose. It's not here yet, which is why I'm stretching it. I'm scared to go, gamers, I'm scared. You actually want to inspire me to be a YouTuber. Aw. Also, not the best life choice. I don't know if you should be thanking me for that. Honestly, it's not an ideal career path at all. I kind of just ended up doing it because I couldn't find a real job. Like, I was applying to places, but like nobody would hire me. So I was just like, whatever. I guess I'll just make my own job. Why are there so many? Me. I guess I'm not buying this. Yup. Yeah, I think again, if you like museums, this has big museum vibe. It's them gushing over all the cool stuff they put into it. So I could see some people really enjoying this. I think it's okay enough, but there's definitely parts about it that I don't like. Especially the parts that are like, you need this extra hardware that is sold separately that we did not sell you, and it's probably going to cost you up to $200 to get all of them. And by the way, it has cool parts you don't get to use. Be a critic and criticize everywhere. That would explain, I guess. They watch your videos. Why does it say? I think it's supposed to be like the code number. So they've just kind of... I feel like there would be a stamp for the battery, but I'm not seeing a stamp for the battery. You think the extra hardware would be near the end or the DLC? Exactly. They'd be like, oh, you bought extra hardware? Here's an extra area that you can unlock if you have these other features. It's not required for you to 100% the game, but it is there. Nope, it's just... Here's the extra hardware. You should buy it. Which feels a little on the nose, but... It is what it is, I suppose. Oh, I found the secret entrance, gamers. I found the secret entrance. The green area. Probably the Switch's master code. Normally it's written inside the Switch itself. Nah, it's like the battery ID number. These look like they take you extra places, but... I'm not sure how to get to that other area. It's very well hidden. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this. Thank you guys again for being here. I appreciate. If things go well, I'll see you next week. If they don't, I'll see you in 2 months. And hopefully you can enjoy more streams in the future. But for now, that's been all for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And enjoy Season 3 when it comes out. That's it. Bye!